Good evening, all my friends. How's it going? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Brandman Brandon. You should be having Tank in any second to come and join us. Guys, how you feeling? How you feeling tonight, man?
Not too bad, not too bad. Um, productive day. Um, and yeah, another Monday in the books. How about you?
I'm feeling good. I'm sad because of James Earl Jones. That's why I'm wearing my Lion King hoodie. My
Oh
second
man,
Lion King
yeah,
was tough, but I had
yeah, that was.
that one hit me kind of hard, and then I had saw the video from Tyreek Hill, and that hit me kind of hard. I was pretty upset about that. But
Mhm.
I just jumped on off of Till's channel, and that kind of got me back in the good spirits. And I'm glad to talk about Beetlejuice. So I'm feeling better.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. When did you
yeah.
go see it?
I saw it on Friday. I went right after work.
Man, that's perfect timing. I mean, I was sitting here like wanting to just enjoy it so bad. Like it was
Mhm.
so good that I actually went and saw it again. So for me,
Really,
I enjoyed it that
I
much. Yeah.
like it.
Oh
I
man.
like it. Mhm.
Uh, so we got Drew in the building. Say, hey everyone, what's up?
Drew, what's going on,
Hey,
man?
man. Of course, once again, you guys know me. I'm not gonna start the show unless Mama Bear is here. She says hello, boys. So now we're good to go. Good to start. Feeling good, feeling great. And we got Professor Film Fan here. RIP James Earl Jones. I was really taken back by this, man. Honestly.
You know, I had I was fearing it was only a matter of time because I know he was well up there in age, at
Mm.
93. Um, doesn't make it easier though. It was a day I was dreading. Always liked him. So iconic in pretty much every role that he played. You know, um, um, you know, him as so many roles. You know him as obviously Darth Vader, obviously Mufasa,
Mhm.
Mr. Myrtle from The Sandlot. Even though he's a bit part in that, scene stealer in that. Um, yeah, just great. And yeah, what didn't he bring 150% in? You know?
I love him in Fences. I love him in
Yeah,
everything because his voice is just epic. I mean, you
yeah,
hear it, and it's like crazy. Um,
mhm.
yeah, Mama Bear says I was shook by it too. Tony says I don't want to grow up. I'm a spoiler king's kid. What's up, Tony? Here's my question to you. So,
Mhm.
are you gonna be looking forward to hearing Darth Vader still throughout forever because he signed that clause basically saying that they could use his voice in AI?
Um, I will. Uh, I think it'll be good to see his voice kind of live on in that regard. Um, he's heck synonymous with Darth Vader. That's where my mind immediately goes when I hear Darth Vader speak is James Earl Jones and just how great he was in the role. And I do kind of I'm inclined to kind of think that it's one of those kind of like irreplaceable voices when
Mhm.
it comes to that character. Like even more so than like when we think of Batman, we usually think of Kevin Conroy.
Mhm.
And there's still so many iterations of that of the voice acting for that character and people who really made it their own. But I think there's only one Darth Vader, and that's James Earl Jones. So I'll be happy to hear it in the future.
I took the position of this. I don't want them to do any more Star Wars for in this world with the
Mm,
Skywalker saga. I want them to do exactly what they said they were going to do. We're going to stay away from the Skywalker saga for now on. We're going to tell different stories. I want them to either go to Old Republic, go give me 1,000 years in the past, or give me or 2,000 years in the past, or give me 1,000 years in the future. Give me a new storyline. So I don't actually
mhm.
want to see Darth Vader in Star Wars anymore, unless we're going to see him, but I don't necessarily want James Earl Jones to want to hear him. But because he signed it and his family is okay with it, if it happens, I'm cool with it. But I want to get away from this Star Wars, it's iteration of Star Wars that we've been getting over and over.
Mhm.
So I mean, but once again, I wouldn't hate it. Mama Bear says, so long as it's not anytime soon. It took me a bit to see Spock without the pain and sadness. Yeah, I got you. So I agree. I just overall Star Wars, I feel like they've done a disservice to their community. They've said one thing, right? We're going to do this. We're going to stay away from this thing right here, and then they turn around and do that same thing. Like, so, no, don't. If you're going to stay away from something, stay away from it. Don't keep on going back in messing up canon. Because I love Star Wars. So when I was on Chill's channel, I was literally saying, I don't know why everyone's hating on the original series. The original sequels, not sequels, but
Mhm.
original trilogy. That one, that's the best. I enjoy that the most. Now I know the technology wasn't the same because it's in the 70s, but just because the technology wasn't the same doesn't mean it's not a good movie. And that it really is the foundation that everything's built on. I think he deserves respect, and
Mhm.
because of that, that's why I don't understand why everyone's talking about the sequels and the sequel trilogy and the prequels and all this other stuff. I'm like, man, give Star Wars its respect, but let's now go away from it. Let's go do something totally different. Give me a new story in a new galaxy far, far away in a 1,000 years from now. Really,
Mhm.
let's see what we actually get from it. So yeah. Though I will be disappointed when I hear Shredder and not be James Earl Jones too, because he's everything.
Mhm.
He's literally voice
James
acting.
Avery, right?
James Avery was Shredder. You're right. You're right. James Avery is
Mhm.
Shredder. So Mufasa, we don't ever hear that again. What else has James Earl Jones done?
Was it Conan the Destroyer he was in? It was
100%
one of
right.
the Conan movies, right?
You're right.
Mhm.
Um, what else?
Obviously, Coming to America.
Oh my gosh,
Mhm.
that's a good one.
Yeah, like, yeah, he was just amazing in everything he was in. I'm gonna miss that iconic voice for sure.
I mean, I liked him in Big Bang Theory. When he came on as himself. So
Mhm.
I enjoyed that. But he's more of a Shakespearean actor. When it was a King Lear that he did, I want to say.
Mhm.
I feel like once again, I always talk about Fences because I think his portrayal in Fences is the portrayal. Like the stuff that he says is amazing. Um, yeah, but that's just me. I think that overall he's just amazing.
Mhm. Me too.
So, I
I'll
remember
miss
that
him.
episode. That's the episode that when Sheldon goes and travels with James Earl Jones because he can't get a ticket to see to Comic-Con. And he goes and he finds him and he's like, because he loves to eat at this one diner and he takes him out to Tijuana for tequila and
Mhm.
shots. The margaritas. That's awesome. uh, but once again, saying R.I.P. James Earl Jones. You will definitely be missed. And I'm glad you don't have to go see Mufasa, the Lion King. Too soon. Man. I'm not a fan. If you don't know.
Am I the only one that's kind of excited to go see it? I mean, I'm not like counting my days down, but I think it's gonna be a good movie. Like the trailer kind of sold me.
It's going to piss me off, Tank. I know it is. It's going to do a Star Wars and it's going to ruin the story. And I'm going to come back in here and everyone will be like, yeah, that wasn't that bad. And I'm going to destroy it and tear it apart. Like, how dare you do this? This is never right. Yeah. And so
Mom would say yes, you are, Tank.
I'm gonna go see Sonic instead.
I mean, I'm gonna see that first for sure.
Yeah, Lion King will not see a dime of my money.
I wish I could say the same.
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be good. I think they're gonna do it justice. I have some faith in this director.
I do not like the story that's already doing. I don't like
Yeah.
where it's going. I do
I
not
think
like
I think
that.
it's they're gonna twist it around where like, oh, he's the actual king, like he's still royalty. It's just for me, it's like the first one is Hamlet, right? This one, it seems like it's
Be
gonna be more
Moses.
like Moses,
It's
like
gonna be
kind of like
Moses.
that. I mean, he's found on the river. I was like, come on.
It seems like it's going to be crap.
No, I think 100% is going to be Moses in that.
Like Moses.
Yeah,
ish.
and
Yeah.
I just don't like the idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny because we might get there and all of a sudden I change my tune. Like, oh man, it's the greatest thing ever. What was I talking about? I lost my damn mind. But
I might come back and be like, "You're right, Brian. You're right. Don't do it."
Seems like the only reason this movie exists is to justify why Scar has an English accent and Mufasa doesn't.
Yeah.
What are we supposed to do? Kill Mufasa? Precisely. This is the kind of energy I want. My bad. I want this type of energy. Yeah.
If I want to watch emotionless animals, I could just stay at home and watch the Discovery Channel.
I think they made it a little bit better. The first one was horrible, like with no emotion. I think from the trailer, it looked like they gave him a little bit more of facial expressions. I mean, as much as you can do, at least they made their eyes, move. Where before it was just like animal eyes the whole time. Here at least they kind of like shape them for the emotion. So yeah, but still, I prefer animated, but like full animated, not CGI animated. Yeah.
We're talking about James Earl Jones. What do you think is his best movie overall?
Yeah, I mean, as a voice actor, it would have to be Darth Vader. It would have to be the original trilogy. The only thing is like he gets like screwed by the end. You're expecting James Earl Jones under that helmet, and you're like, oh wait, what?
Yeah, who's this dude?
Yeah, who the hell's this? Coming to America is really good. In a lot of the stuff, like I'm looking at his like IMDb, is like voiceover stuff, man. Like a lot of the stuff that I'm looking at is like Fantasia, Disney Legends. He did a lot of Disney stuff, a lot of voiceover stuff, and that's where I remember him. Is just that epic voice.
Oh, absolutely.
Field of Dreams. Yeah. It's Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
He was Marsley's mom's. I'm trying to remember who he was. That's what it says. I'm trying to see who he was in that one. That is an underrated movie.
The best movie I saw him in, was the one when they did Fences, like the play, and they taped it showing. I thought he just killed it. And that was amazing.
He has a few like
father.
that.
Oh
yeah,
God.
He has Fences, Driving Miss Daisy. There's another one where it's like it's a stage play and recorded. Kind of, that's really good with him.
Oh, I forgot about the stage play.
Yeah, he has a few of those.
But, I mean, he was always on the stage.
Yeah, he's a theater guy. He's an actual theater guy. So yeah, it's
a King Lear. That's the one I remember him stage.
Yeah.
But you think? I mean,
Conan. Conan is the fuck, because I believe that was like one of his first ones, and that was epic, man. That was epic.
Yeah, I remember him turning into a snake, a big snake.
Yeah.
All right.
The Great White Hope. Oh shit, that's right. He's
Great White Hope. Yes, I remember.
That's a classic. That's definitely one we need to do in February for sure. That is a great film. Damn, 1970, bro. None of us were even born then.
Crazy.
I remember watching that. It's a really good film.
1970 doesn't even seem that far away from me, but I realize that anyone from 1970 is now 54 years old. Crazy. That blows my mind.
Yeah.
Ugh. But though, I think when I hear James Earl Jones, I'm not even sad that he passed away, because 93's. I think 93 is the time I don't be sitting there like waiting. I'm like, all right, I'm good. Check please.
Check please.
Go.
Yeah.
You go ahead and get. So I feel like this is not sad time. This is a celebration of his life, celebration of his accomplishments, things like that. Because I feel like 93 is a great life. He had a great life. That's all you really ask for, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
No scandals. Well beloved. Everyone talks positive about him. Nothing but praise from everybody he's ever worked with. So, yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
no, I mean, I'm all for it. But how do you feel about the AI of his voice? Tank?
Are they doing that?
So he signed for it. So he said yes.
Okay,
And
did he? Okay.
yeah, so he will be Darth Vader for all time now.
Yeah. I mean,
Are you okay with that?
if he signed off on it, then I'm cool with it. I mean, who am I to say like, no,
What is
don't do
he?
that?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know. So I'm sure you know what, if I was in his position too, where I was like, oh, you mean this bazillion-dollar franchise that's always gonna make money, and none of my kids and my kids' kids and my kids' ever have to worry about like money? Yeah, use my voice. I'm cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
check please, whatever.
yeah, like I mean, in 30 years, Star Wars is still gonna be around, probably.
Hang on one second,
I don't
guys.
know. Depending if Captain
I know.
Kennedy's still running or not, we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, assuming that, I mean, that's money towards his family, and they're a good check. So yeah, I mean, if he signed off on it, especially if he signed off on it, I'm okay with it. So
I said we got Anzo in the building. Bear said that's not fair. The animals on Discovery Channel have more emotions. Easily.
then the first one, yeah. And then that first one, yeah, because that first one was bad. It was bad. Yeah.
So, you can always watch Twilight if you're looking for a similar emotional range. The emo.
Uh-huh.
Have y'all seen Rebel Ridge yet? I've
not.
heard so many great things.
Same.
That it's going to be on my to-do list on Wednesday when my day off. I will be watching it.
Yeah, I've heard really, really good things as well. From other movie tubers, So yeah, it's definitely on my watch list now.
It might make you a little mad. It had me kind of heated.
Okay,
that makes sense. The time period makes sense. Do you guys have a movie that makes you mad every time you see it, or even talk about it?
Because of what happened in the movie, or just because the movie sucked?
Even the movie just makes you angry. Like just whatever it is about the movie that makes you walk away angry.
Have you seen Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon?
I don't think so. Have you?
I have.
I might have. I might have blocked it out if it's bad.
Not a bad movie. It's actually more of a Max Payne movie than the actual Max Payne movie, if I'm being honest. But yeah, it kind of made me mad. Yeah,
I got one.
Yeah,
that really makes me angry. Rosewood.
Oh, that's a good one.
Every time I see Rosewood, the anger comes through me, and it's irrational anger. It's like it doesn't even make sense why I'm so angry. Like this is a movie. This took place 300 years ago. Like I'm just irrationally just angry about everyone. I have to be in my room for like 2 hours with the lights out to not think about it for a while, just because I'm literally that angry every single time I watch that movie. How about you, Tank?
I don't know, man. I have to think about it. And it's funny thing is, like, me and Erica were just talking about this, like this past weekend, about like how much like something like The Last Jedi. Every time I think about it, it just pisses me off because how bad it is, on so many levels, on every level, So yeah. I mean that's one for sure. The Last Jedi, just thinking about it gets me so pissed off.
I thought you were gonna say Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
Nah, I expected that shit. I expected that.
I slightly agree because Bumblebee kind of felt like a clean slate. And even though I didn't mind Rise of the Beast, it had a lot of the Bayisms that I unfortunately associate with the franchise. It wasn't bad. I find it tolerable. It's like definitely one of the Transformers movies that just doesn't give me a headache. But yeah, like the farther he's kept away from Transformers, the better.
Yeah,
Mega Puff Girl. Hi y'all, what's up?
Hi,
welcome to the channel. I don't know if I've seen you before, but yeah, appreciate you jumping in.
Me neither. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, be in here. What's up?
What's going on, buddy?
What's going on?
him signing off guarantees that we won't get someone like Pauly Shore voicing Vader. Thank God.
Oh man. Yeah, have you guys ever seen the Pinocchio Pauly Shore? That was like,
oh my gosh, yes. Oh
last
my
year,
God.
I think, or 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah,
It was when all the Pinocchios all came out. Was that
Yeah.
last year?
Might have been.
No, year before last.
Yeah,
The year before last.
2022.
Yeah, that was horrible. That was so bad.
God, yeah, we had two god awful Pinocchio movies and then one pretty solid one.
Yeah.
But it says X-Men Last Stand in the Last Airbender. M. Night Shyamalan. I hate.
Good form on that. I remember being pretty mad when I left when I left X-Men 3. Such a bad movie.
X-Men 1, X-Men 2, X-Men 3.
Yeah, that's when I still like really enjoyed the first two X-Men movies. And then 3
impersonation. Yeah. That's another tough watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've seen Death Sentence is dope. Yeah. The Mary Antoinette with Kirsten Dunst. The only reason I saw that was to watch her head come off.
Not a Kirsten Dunst fan, huh?
So I need to watch Rebel Ridge. I didn't get to finish it. Yes, I'm definitely taking care of that on Wednesday. Wednesday early, taking care of it. It's done. So when we come in Thursday, I'll be all ready to go.
Is it in theaters or is it in Netflix?
Netflix.
Netflix? Okay. Yeah.
So 1993, that 9/11 movie.
Ooh, yeah.
I can see that could be hard. Make a Pup Girl says Rosewood for me, so I don't watch it anymore. It's literally, if I really want to get like irrationally angry and just watching it and just be mad at every person I see walking down the street, then I watch Rosewood. Because like it's so angry, it's so frustrating, and so many people could have stopped. Ugh, it's so hard to watch, man. That's mine.
Yeah.
I feel my blood boiling just talking about it.
Just thinking about it.
It's just I'm not. I was legit shouting off with her head at the end of the credits.
Killer.
Oh man, that is awesome.
I'll check this out. So I'm looking at James Earl Jones's awards. So he won a Grammy for audiobook narration in 1977. Like that's how long he's been doing voice kind of stuff for. So he won a Grammy. He won an I lost it. He won an Emmy, a primetime Emmy. Won a Tony. He has an Academy Honorary Award. So he never won the Oscar, it looks like. Golden Globe.
It's a popularity contest, really. And
yeah. Yeah, so he's got a few. He won the Tony for Fences and The Great White Hope. So the Fences.
So I tell you, Fences was it, man. Yeah. Fences was great. I remember watching it when I was in maybe like this might be like 2000, and I'm in high school, and and I'm watching it, and literally I watched it outside of high school. Told my teacher about it because we were reading the Fences book, and after we finished the book, she brought that in, and people were just glued to the TV because it is that good. It is dope. He's amazing. And you don't see a lot of people born in 1931 that's 6'2", 6'2", 230, built like a brick house. Like the dude was huge. And when you think about being born in Mississippi in 1931, come on, man, that's I got respect for everything about him. Anyone who can live through that 1930s, you're born right before the Great Depression. Like you like the dude lived through some things. He saw some stuff. So yeah. I'm big on James Earl Jones. Definitely. So, here we go. He says, I get my card revoked, but I've never seen Fences in any iteration. Really? I'm telling
I
you,
haven't seen the 2016 one with Denzel. I haven't seen that one. But I saw
I saw that one too.
the play, the on stage.
Pretty good one.
I think I might have been in high school too when I saw it. So yeah.
Mhm.
So Denzel did a good job. He really did, because it's Denzel. I mean, you're not going to
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good in everything he's in.
Yeah, but James Earl Jones, he was the character.
Mm.
When I read the book, I saw James Earl Jones, and then saw the movie. I was like, "Oh crap, that's exactly who I was seeing the entire time." It makes more sense. And I think Denzel really, like, brought to life what James Earl Jones did in the play. Like,
Mhm.
you could not see what James Earl Jones did and not bring that out. I think that was, it was epic. He just, Denzel's not big enough of a guy to play the character that he was playing, because James Earl Jones is a big dude, this intimidated dude that has being forced to work in his mind and doing all those things. He really just was the character. And, I love Denzel, and Denzel's probably the best actor I've ever seen, personally, but that character for James Earl Jones is great.
Yeah.
There's like when you read stuff, like I remember reading The Green Mile, and the whole time I'm like, Michael Clark Duncan, even though I know I've seen the movie before, but it's just like the way it's described. I was like, was the book written after the movie? Because you just described this man like perfectly. This huge guy, super like sweet, and just like like everything. I was like, so yeah, so I get it when you read a character, you picture that, and then yeah.
Mhm.
It's funny, Michael Clark Duncan, he was a great athlete. So I ain't had yeah. Is he?
Yeah.
I think
Oh
is he
yeah,
the
he
best
was.
athlete? I know we've kind of gone off on this. Is he the best athlete actor ever?
I remember us talking about this before too. Not much, but same thing. I think so. I'm trying to remember other actors. Does The Rock count?
I think The Rock does count, but is he a good actor?
The Rock counts. Yeah, I think he can be a good actor. I think he's proven himself capable. He's just kind of gotten to that, just kind of slipped into that comfort zone where nowadays he mostly just plays himself. But he's proven in the past that he definitely has charisma, and I think he has acting chops.
Is he a better actor than
Just
Michael Clark Duncan?
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
I don't think he was. I don't think he was a better actor than Michael Clark Duncan.
Carl Weathers. I was because I looked up
Carl
the list.
Weathers.
I had to. Carl Weathers, and he had just passed away recently, or not too long ago too.
Oh wow,
Mhm.
that's a good one. That's a really good one because he's a
That's a good
better athlete. Carl Weathers played in the NFL for a while. Like, the dude was great. Michael Clark Duncan he didn't make the Bears team, so he played at Alcorn State. It's a little bit different because depends on what level of acting you're talking about. Because Jim Brown did a good job, but he's not on the same level as those guys. But he was probably the best athlete ever. Does John David Washington, who played a running back?
I keep forgetting he was an athlete.
Oh,
who said that? I think somebody said Bubba Smith, right? In chat.
Yeah, Bubba should have gotten more roles. What happened to him? Yeah. As everyone's saying. How's it going, guys? I saw Richard Marks and Rich Springfield live. Rich mentioned Beetlejuice sang his song for the movie. Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. Kelty Williamson Bubba was also great in Fences. Yeah, a shame he didn't get more lead roles, but he was great in that one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Bubba should have got more roles. What happened to him? I don't know. Wherever did happen to him.
Okay.
Last thing I remember seeing him in that immediately comes to mind is I think it was the last Final Destination movie, or the second to last one. I think it was the fourth one. Yeah, I think that was the last thing I remember seeing him in. That immediately comes to mind.
is the story that came out 3 years before the movie. The Green Mile is.
Mm-hmm.
So Green Mile came out 3 years before the movie came out. So.
Yeah.
So Jason Lee as well.
He was an athlete too.
He was a skateboarder.
Ah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
OJ.
OJ.
Well,
Holy
James
crap.
Simpson. You can't forget about OJ.
That's funny.
James Earl Jones, he would be missed so much. Such a great actor. I agree 100%. Man. Yeah. I agree. Is there another Final Destination coming out?
Probably.
There
man.
is.
Is there?
No, there is. They're finished filming it.
What is that, like number 6, 7?
I think this is going to be number 6.
Yeah.
This is
it's gonna run it. It'll do a movie and then they'll see if it does well. They'll do a couple more until it dies again. Lay off of it, reboot it again.
Come back, rise from the ashes like the phoenix.
Yeah.
Final Destination is essentially Final Destination is essentially Looney Tunes the movie to me. Everyone in those movies is more or less like made out of freaking breadsticks and Jello.
Yeah. Well, and then even the way they kill them sometimes, I wouldn't be surprised if like an anvil falls on one of them as they walk out of a tunnel. You know what I mean? Like
it says,
yeah,
on it.
Yeah.
It
says me on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just
Purge. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, how many purges can we get? I mean, how many Final Destinations can we get? I guess it keep on happening because of all this stuff that's happening in the world. I mean, you can see these things happening, all the bad stuff that happens. So
yeah, Purge and Final Destination are just you can make them forever.
So yes, it's called Bloodlines. For these 2025, I love Final Destination.
They're fun, man. They're a lot of fun.
It
Some of
messed
them
me
are
up.
stupid, but yeah.
But was that one? Which one's that 3? Where the dude like went through that metal fence and then he just kind of slid off and then went into like little pieces. Oh, it messed me up
2.
so much. That's 2.
That was 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
I irrationally just was annoyed by 2, and I can't really place my finger on why.
So you said
I didn't like the lead actress. You know what? I remember being annoyed by the lead actress and the male the male co-star, the cop. I didn't like their faces.
You said that before about someone else that you had to apologize about. Not a good actress. It's the worst. That's crazy. And then you came back and was like, maybe I was wrong.
yeah, but with these 2, I meant it. Yeah.
Travis said,
I don't know those. I forgot who the actors were, but I just couldn't stand their freaking faces.
Said probably the best and had so many consequences that made you terrified of everyday life, like driving behind a log truck and having a kitchen fire. Yes, I remember.
I was kind of that woke me out too. I was really wary about driving on the highway.
I still do that to this day. If I see a log truck, I just stop and let it go by.
Nope. Yeah, I'm going over here. Yeah. When which one was the one where he was bench pressing and then he gets like his head chopped off?
Oh, when he gets his head smashed, that was 3.
2 hammers. Was that 3? Okay.
Yeah. That was hilarious.
Like, why would you put anything near that?
If you're by yourself,
right?
I'm like, how close is your head to the wall when you're bench pressing that you can get smashed by this like statue thing?
Right?
That just made me laugh though. It was like, well, because I'm like, your head's that far off of the bench.
Like, why are you doing that? Who benches like that? Have you guys ever benched? No one benches like that. The only thing that could happen to you is that the weight could fall on your chest. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I think Final Destination gives Florida too many ideas. You know what we should do?
It's the other way around. Florida gives Final Destination too many ideas.
2, when the barbed wire flies and the coke can cuts him in half. Yes, messes me up.
Yeah, like he gets cut into like 4.
Oh my gosh, never. Oh my god, just drives me nuts. Sometimes you can kill a movie with all 5 movies with the same title. You already know what's going to happen. You do know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, it says Final Destination, so we kind of know.
Oh man, yeah.
Final Destination has me when the logs fell off the truck. I'm telling you, man, I still don't deal with it. I just can't.
Kind of makes me wonder what the big accident in Bloodlines is going to be. I was reading somewhere it's going to be like the collapse of one of those rotating like restaurants that are like in the air. I think I read that somewhere.
Yeah, like one of those Vegas.
Like one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
You deserve it.
Yeah, right.
So Kevin says, Jolie, Folie deux, domestic box office debut prediction $80 to $100 million. From where? Where are y'all?
I don't know. I don't want to say that's wrong because I could see it happening, but I think after that first one, people are not as excited.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
Because you know what you're getting now. With the first one, you weren't sure, so people came in and you weren't sure what you're getting. Now you know what you're getting. So if you didn't like it, the first one, you didn't like. Not that it was a bad movie, you just didn't like the vibes or how it made you feel. I don't see why you would bother with number 2.
Agreed.
I thought the first one was fine. I'm not terribly thrilled about the prospect of a sequel, to be completely honest.
You don't like the musical?
I'm fine with musicals. I think it's an interesting route for it to take, but I don't know. I'm just not terribly thrilled about it. Especially how the director Todd Phillips like constantly touted that the first one was going to be this standalone. They were only going to make just the one and be done with it, and this one's kind of
movies later.
Yeah, it just comes source of like it's just studio greed, like just crap out a sequel, just do it.
And it's cheap to make.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it's decent, but it just kind of seems like they're making it just for the sake of making it.
Yeah.
Brandon says, for your information, logs don't bounce when they fall off trucks.
So I'm not driving behind one to find out.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want, man. It ain't happening.
Actually, a lot of Final Destination actors have weird faces. Even Devon Siwa. What's it?
Devon Sawa.
Sawa. Okay, and the people in 3. That one Edward Scissorhands, Jared Leto. Look, you're looking creep hop. Yeah, that guy. I remember.
Oh yeah, I remember him. Yeah, the like goth punk dude who got crushed or like cut in half.
Cut in half.
Yeah, by like a cherry picking sign or like something like that. Something landed on it.
Girl says, I never drive behind log trucks in real life. Those logs are held together by a chain, a little chain. Yeah, bro. Had me at no. It's not happening. Just not for me.
Exactly. Yeah.
That one shit he messes with the birds and gets crushed with the glass. He had it coming.
I didn't like that kid. He was also Iceman's brother in X-Men 3, the one who called the cops on them. So screw him.
That's all he plays is little dickheads.
He was in an episode of Smallville that same year, and he played like a little punk in that too. And I think he gets like gunned down or something like that. I was a little satisfied by it. I'm not gonna lie.
Brandon says, "Oh, that would be dope. A rotating restaurant falls like the Space Needle. Like the Space Needle. I can't wait.
It's gonna be over the top and it's gonna be silly and it's gonna be fun."
Part 5, two swords fall behind the display and sever the resistance cables. So the guy brings weights, full force to his head. Not sure if it actually happened, but it was hilarious.
It was 3. It was the third one. Right. I remember that was the one with the roller coaster accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. Starring Mary Elizabeth Winstead when she was getting her career off the ground.
Oh damn.
Okay. I don't remember, but that sounds awesome. So
yeah, she was the lead.
Some critics was like Joker 2 is garbage, but it's split because some critics say it was great. It's made a lot of money overseas. You know, so that's why my idea domestically in the first opening week making 80 to 100 just seems a lot. But you're probably, I mean, Kevin's usually right, so I'm not sitting there saying he's anything but right.
Yeah.
As a Supernatural fan, I can't watch Paranormal Activity. It's too funny. Ghost Chasers, yeah.
The first one was good, and then it just constantly kind of started getting too much, you know. Started getting a little too much. But the first one was pretty good.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but Shogun and the Bear are going to sweep the Emmys. Shogun by itself is going to sweep the Emmys. Shogun won like 13. It was like ridiculous. I was like,
easily.
It was like every other award was and Shogun. What? This is nuts. End of the Last Dance domestic box office prediction 60 to 80 million.
You give a crap about Venom.
I can see that. He says, I don't see the point of in the Joker. It doesn't tie into anything. It just made some stuff. Has nothing to do with any Joker lore.
No, it was basically a glorified ripoff of Taxi Driver and King of Comedy.
I wouldn't be shocked or surprised if Marvel Studios cancels Blade and Armor Wars. No, that's happening, Kevin. We did a show a couple of weeks ago. It's happening. They're going to cancel both, and Wesley Snipes will be the Blade in the MCU for the next 2 years. The reboot will happen, and they will get all the iteration they want. Even though I did watch a video from Everything Always saying that Hollywood traders are actually saying the exact opposite, that as long as Mahershala Ali stays, they're going to use that and they're going to bring it into the new world after we're done with the Avengers, to the mutant world, because they are focusing on Midnight Suns, but just might not be done for 2 years. So, so 3 also stars have got one guy for Smallville who races a kryptonite car and dies.
I had to revisit that one. I forgot.
I remember that. Yeah.
They're like the extended cuts of all the first 5 minutes of Supernatural episodes. They are all that way. All the bad stuff that happens, and you're like, oh yeah, something's about to happen to this stupid couple that's walking outside in the woods after watching the movie. You know something bad's about to happen to them, and then it does. And then Supernatural bloody. Superimposed. So Captain America Brave New World will be a moderate success for Marvel Studios and it will not reach the heights of Captain America Civil War box office. I mean, people say Captain America Civil War is the greatest movie that they've seen out of Marvel that's not an Avengers movie. So I don't think that's a problem. But do you think
Brave New World, Soldier more.
Do you think Brave New World makes $1 billion?
If it's good, yes. If it's not good, it's probably gonna make 7-ish, somewhere in that ballpark, I think. If it's not good, but if it's halfway decent, just like you can't shit on it the entire time like some other movies, I think it'll make $1 billion. I think people want to see good comic book movies again.
Yeah.
So.
Mega Puff Girl says no. Yeah, Isaiah Bradley's comment, they'll never accept the black Captain America will be pathetic.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be like, I wonder if that they say that early on ish in the film, and that's something that like
it's been
Sam
totally
just kind of kind of goes back to and just like, well, how am I gonna do that? You know what I mean? Well, he already said it. He already said it
he said it
in the
in
show.
Falcon and Winter Soldier,
Yeah.
and that was the big. So Dark Rooms, what's up? I want to say, make sure a huge thing. What's up to you,
Hey,
man?
what's up?
I really appreciate you jumping in. I've been watching all his
Hey.
videos, so that's
Oh yeah.
so
Yeah,
our
he's
algorithms
stuff.
probably, you guys know that it keeps on coming up because I keep watching this. So that's what happens. So, guys, if you guys get a chance, go to Dark Room Reviews. Check out his videos. It's very funny. I love him going shopping, bringing up his physical media. I really enjoy it. So if you guys get a chance, please do. Hey, it was super sticker, $2. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I know you guys can't see it, but if you're on YouTube, it's like a little doggy dancing with little hearts. So
yeah,
appreciate that. Dark Room Reviews. Thank you. But yeah, definitely go check him out, man. Yeah, he's a lot of like fun. What was you were doing something recently? I can't. I'm drawing a blank. Sorry.
He went to a couple of stores. I know he went to like Big Lots. He went to Walmart. He went to do those things. He's done. Did some reviews. I saw a couple of
he did
reviews
a
of these
post
movies. So
he made a post. He's gonna do something coming up. Was it the Tim Burton stuff?
I remember you talking about he did it in the chat. So yeah.
Oh no, the sad movies are the hardest. That was the one. No, that was a week ago. Damn, my days are all completely.
You don't know what day it is.
The sad movies are the hardest. That was a really good video. I like that one a lot.
Oh my god, Venom 3 should end with Deadpool popping out of the TVA portal saying, "They want you over here." Not so much your buddies though, just you. And somehow Craven runs through the hole right before it closes. Yeah, take me too. And we get Craven's last hunt. I've said that. Let's see. Kevin says 800 to 900 million. And the reason I agree with that makes perfect sense to me, 800 to 900 million, is because when I look back and see Dune 2 only made $771 million, and the time it comes out when it's February and it's cold and people don't want to go outside, that you lose a little bit with it. So if it was April, I think you'd be pushing possibly getting to that billion mark, good or bad. If it's not, even if it's good, I don't know if it hits the billion because it's so cold outside.
Yeah, the time of year. Makes sense.
So, yeah, I mean, box office wise, I understand exactly what you're saying. It says Universal Pictures Speak No Evil domestic box office prediction is 20 to 30 million. The Killer Game domestic box office prediction is 10 to 15 million. Universal needs to make some money. They need to stop making these booty movies.
Well, they did Despicable Me 4. How much did that make? I made like 800, right?
No, I think it's 9.
9?
Yeah.
I mean, that made a lot. So
because
the Speak No Evil, I'm really not excited to see it. Like I like what's his name?
James McAvoy.
Yeah, James McAvoy. I like him a lot. It's just this one.
He's great in everything he's in.
The kid thing, I'm like, I don't.
Wait, you don't have to worry about the kid talking?
Yeah. So it's like, which is and then they're the parents of the kid and the way they treat the kid, and then I'm just not digging it right now. And I think it's a remake, isn't it?
It's a remake of, I want to say it's a Swedish film remake,
something like that. Yeah.
He looks huge in that one scene. Like he just gained all these lats from nowhere. And as a guy who has big lats, I was like, dude, that's amazing. Like,
after Split,
after
Split, he and Glass, like he wound up getting like pretty bulky. Not massive, but like, bro, how you go from Professor X to like you said, these massive lats?
Like, man, you doing pull-ups just lats. Like, I don't need no hands on you. No hands. Like, it's crazy. So, Jason Momoa coming back may help Dune 3 a bit. Dune 3 is a great story. The problem is the time of the year. You need to May. May is going to be when you start making the money. May, June, July are the ones where they make the $1 billion. It's hard. It's either that or you go November where it's Thanksgiving time when people are off of work.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard making that money when it's a little colder outside.
Yeah,
I think she did pretty well for itself.
It did. It did. I know they pushed it back. They wanted it to become out in like, was it November, December? And then they
It was
pushed
going to be
back.
November.
Yeah, I
Oh,
forgot why
because
they
of the
pushed it
strike.
back. But the strike, right? I think they're gonna put Dune 3 in a position where it's gonna hopefully be up for a lot more Oscars, and hopefully a lot of money. So I think they're gonna go for that November, December release again.
That makes sense.
I think it's gonna get changed around a few times and stuff like that. But how they do Jason Momoa's character, it was that Duncan, Duncan, Idaho. It's gonna be interesting. I wonder if they're gonna how close to the book they're gonna stick to it. So yeah.
Two great movie mysteries. Who was on the tape stealing box that got Craig fired Friday? And why was Thor crying?
That's right. Oh, that's gonna have a payoff. It's not gonna be this year or next year, but that is gonna have a payoff, and it's gonna be an epic payoff. It's gonna be stupid, but it's gonna be epic.
I'm wondering if that's just going to be a running joke, or if there ever will be a payoff, or they're just going to keep trolling us with that.
There's only going to be 3 more years of Marvel, like of the MCU with focusing on Avengers. So there's only like 3 or 4 more years. So it has to happen soon.
I don't think there will ever be a payoff to that.
I think it's going to have an end credit.
End credit?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Secret War somewhere in there, but it's not going to be what we think where Deadpool's dying. It's going to be like a gag or a joke or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they keep trolling us with that. And there will just never be a payoff.
This won't be long enough. Say Momoa isn't helping box office stock with movies like Minecraft. Yeah, let's not talk about that. I feel like it's a movie that we don't want to talk about even now. Like it hasn't even come out yet, and I wanted to pretend it didn't exist.
That's
Steve.
So bad.
Oh my god, really?
Have you seen the meme? You know, the Drake meme where he's like it's like one he's like I don't want that, and then the other one's like I want. So the top one is like where he doesn't want is like the Batman Beyond animated, like of the style of like Spider-Verse, you know, and he's like and it's like WB over the face, and the other one's like the Minecraft, and him going like yeah. I was like fucking WB, the stupid ass decision sometime, man. Like
speaking of that, you said Spider-Verse. Did you hear?
I saw it in the news. I didn't read about that.
That they're basically scrapping everything they've done so far beyond the Spider-Verse, and we're not going to get it released to 2027.
No shit.
Yeah.
What?
They say they're basically scrapping all of it right now, and we're not going to get released to Beyond the Spider-Verse to 2027.
Wow.
Why?
What do you think, guys? What's going on?
Let them cook as long as they need to. If it means a good movie.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, but man,
you lose all momentum.
A lot of hype. Yeah,
you
lose a lot of hype.
This is from the Direct. It says a new report reveals that Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse might not get released to 2027, despite its original release date of summer 2024. A date which has already passed. Following Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, there were reports of animators being overworked during production, such as, it came up a little surprise that the fast turnaround of 1 year between movies was going to be extended. The delay might be, according to a report, the industry says Jeff Snyder, Spider-Man Beyond Spider-Verse could see a release date of late 2027, keeping in mind that the latest Spider-Man 4 news probably coming out before then. So they want to come after that. So on September 9th, Hollywood Reporter revealed that Daniel Destin, creating the director of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, was in talks to helm the Tom Holland's 4th MCU Spider-Man movie, which reportedly could shoot next year. Assuming this, and therefore a likely 2026 Spider-Man 4 release, corroborated by the rumor that Daniel Richman, in this case Snyder, explained it would be unlikely that Beyond the Spider-Verse will debut in 2026 as well. He also said that if they're going to release it in 2025, fans will already know this for sure already now. So it's most likely will be 2027. Won't be 2025. Can't be 2026 with Spider-Man 4. So 2027 will be the earliest likely release date for Spider-Verse.
3 years, man. That's
3 years from now. It's already been a
yeah,
year.
yeah.
4 years between. That's too long.
Well, there's a 5-year gap between the first two movies. So, it definitely sucks, especially how imminent they were teasing Beyond the Spider-Verse. But yeah, for them to basically start from scratch, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So Sony scrapped most of the Beyond the Spider-Verse for creative reasons.
That's interesting.
Yeah, especially that late in the
What's going
game.
on, people? You have just joined the Abomination.
Abomination AJ, subscriber. Thanks for cool being in the panel with you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, AJ. You had some real cool takes. I enjoyed. Tank was supposed to be on there too, because he loves Star Wars. I just have my quips, about some stuff. He has some really good things. I wish he would have been able to get on, but
Yeah, I mean, it was the 33 burning questions about Star Wars. I really want to wouldn't mind bringing Chill on our stream and really talk about the whole Star Wars drama going on in the fandom right now, with Star Wars Explained and Star Wars Theory, mainly them two. So yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about that tonight.
Yeah. No, I mean, well, amongst us, but I want to, wouldn't mind having like
Chill's perspective.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. I pretty much agree with Chill for the most part. So yeah. But
I like arguing with Chill. Even if he says the same thing I agree with, I still want to argue with
him. Yeah, he doesn't really argue. He just kind of like, okay, and just kind of moves on. Like Anzo and Danny, they'll sit there and argue for
they would
the whole night.
I can get Chill to argue. I'll just say something outlandish. That's all.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth, Transformers 1 domestic box office debut is $40 to $60 million. Okay. Mama Bear says, hey, what about this? That wasn't Chris Hemsworth at Thor and Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh no, I saw the set pictures with the stand-in actor. They CG'd his face over him.
That makes sense. That would be funny if the fake Thor from the actor, fake Thor.
That would be great. It was another play.
Seeing he's crying is just a play.
It's
like,
a play.
It's not for real.
What up, T? Greetings,
T, what's going on?
Says theory. Deadpool was involved with the TVA, so tells Thor that Loki is alive, watching him outside time and space. That said, they probably won't do anything.
Well, I think Tom Hiddleston said he's going to be in the next two Avenger movies.
Yeah, he signed off for the next two Avenger movies. Yeah,
which is pretty awesome, man. He needs to sign on for the next Thor movie because a Thor movie without Loki kind of sucks, man. Yeah, so
I don't remember the last time we had one. I mean, it's been Ragnarok.
Love and Thunder was the last Thor movie without Loki.
Oh, I mean with Loki.
Oh, with Loki, yeah.
Do you think Star Wars is going to recast Ray Stevens' character in Ahsoka season 2?
Yeah, I think they already put casting calls out.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Damn, Blade will come out before the next Spider-Verse. Crazy." How about this? We don't even know if it's going to be Mahershala Ali Blade. It might be Wesley Snipes Blade before we get into that stuff. So, where's Warner Brothers at movies? Marvel is kicking butt.
It's coming. DC's coming. I don't know if it's kicking butt, but they're coming.
Yeah, you guys got too much belief still. I don't know. And maybe this is my hurtness. Once again, I just might be butthurt because he didn't give any black characters when he really could have done. I just might be hurt by that. I keep on saying Static would have been a perfect. That would have been your Spider-Man, right? You really talked about all these characters and didn't do that. You could have done Icon. You could have done so many more of these still. You could have done, if you're going to do characters that are not A-list characters, you could have done those things, and you took advantage of it, the fact that Marvel's done such a poor job with this Black Panther stuff. You could have taken advantage of those things, and you just didn't, and that wasn't even top of mind. So that bothers me. And yes, you could always do it later, but the fact that it wasn't top of mind would never forget. Like you only have one chance to make that first impression, and you could have taken everybody, away from Marvel. Yeah. Especially what's going on with T'Challa and all this stuff.
Yeah. So if he wanted to do that, then he should have just kept it the big three: Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and then said like, "And we got more later." Because obviously those are the gimmies. DC is gonna make those three movies without a shadow of a doubt. And I don't even think. Well, he announced a side spin-off for Wonder Woman, right? It's not an actual Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Themyscira. Yeah, basically, it's gonna be like years before Diana was even born, apparently.
Yeah. But I do believe though, if DC comes out and they got a couple good movies, I would not be surprised if he comes out and he's like, and we're doing the whole milestone, group, So I could definitely see that.
Just should have done it before. I think you're gonna lose
at the very least static.
If Marvel fixes some of this stuff, because they have a chance. Marvel every year has a chance to fix some of this stuff and recast. If he does, then you lose that momentum, and Gunn doesn't have the opportunity again. I always said DC has the better characters, so that's just me. Yeah. Kev says Sony Pictures focus too much on Spider-Man. They need to create new stories. They can't, Kevin. They can't. This is all they got. This is it.
All their money's tied up in Spider-Man.
All their thoughts are tied up in Spider-Man. This is all they got. Mama Bear says Blade and Spider-Verse are playing chicken. Oh, you make it first. Oh, no, you make it first. No, you make it first. We'll all just cancel. It'll be all right.
That sucks.
Remember that Seth Rogen's Venom movie that was supposed to happen?
I forgot about that.
I remember that.
Yeah. Wasn't it going to be like CG animated?
I don't know. That sounds not good. Although I know Brian didn't like the Ninja Turtles. I thought you did a good job with the Ninja Turtles.
I loved that TMNT movie.
Yeah, I wanted watching it the other day.
It pisses me off so much. I just can't make it through part 2 of that animation. It was making me go blind and hurting my eyes.
Oh, dude, Spider-Verse, really?
I've watched it so many times. I'm probably burned a hole through my DVD player. Like, I don't even want to stream it. I want to play it through the 4K. I want to see full. I want to feel it every single time.
Yeah, I love that animation style. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I know, B, you definitely did. And you dressed up as Miles Morales. You were amazing. It looked so. Kevin says Star Wars is changing. People don't like change at all. I wanted to change all the way.
Yeah.
Either give me Old Republic or give me 1,000 years in the future that we never talk about. Just stop going with the same saga and messing stuff up.
Yeah. I don't mind change, and I do get people don't like change because it's new and people don't like new. But I don't know, man. It got to be good. It's got to be good. That's at the end of it all. Whether it's new or old or whatever, it's got to be good. That's all I care about.
My Mr. Loki wasn't in Love and Thunder, yet we agree. Or was he? Never mind. But the time Blade comes out, Mahershala Ali will quit, and it will be CG Muhammad Ali playing him. He's voicing him. James Gunn will make good Superman film. Will the audience welcome DC Studios back? If it's a good film.
It all depends on it being good. Yeah.
It has to, right? I mean, and it could be a good film and only make $600 million.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be a step in the right direction. If it makes over $500 million, that means it was a good movie.
I agree.
I think that's the way it is. So.
Mhm.
Hot take. I'm okay with Gunn not bringing major black characters into it. Black people have seen, been through enough. Wow. Wow.
That's right. She
wow.
doesn't like James Gunn.
That's great. I was really looking forward to Michael B. Jordan's Black Superman movie. That will never see the light of day. Yes, 100%. It will never see it. As much as I really would have enjoyed it, and the hate that would have came from it.
Ooh.
Epic.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh man, people would be big mad. Incels would be so mad.
Yeah.
It
was supposed to be the whatever Earth, right? It's not like the main Earth. It was gonna be like the Superman from another. I don't even know.
It's
what
a different, different universe or whatever.
Yeah, where like Zod is black, Clark he's black, and and that's a good that was a good storyline. I enjoyed. I think they did animated for it too. I think was it a movie or a show? I remember watching.
It was I want to say it was an animated movie that we were talking about.
Yeah.
They did that.
It would have been cool, but yeah, like you said, man, people would have been rioting,
up in arms, rioting. Yeah, like not my Superman.
Yeah, there's only one Superman.
People would be big mad.
Which one?
Be a new Superman, a different actor. Will you have another Superman if it's a different actor? I mean, besides what we get, do you think we get Corn Sweat is the only one? He's the last one?
No, he's not the last one. They already
a new one in this universe.
A new Superman, a different actor. I think Corn Sweat is going to be the main Superman going forward for a while. But
what if the movie doesn't do well?
Oof, then they're in big trouble. If it doesn't do well, if it's a bad movie, then man, yeah. I mean, it doesn't need to be like a masterpiece either. You know what I mean? It just needs to be a good, solid movie. It doesn't need to be amazing. Doesn't need to be the best comic book movie ever.
Just
not. If it just sucks, if it's just bad, man, that game over. Game over.
Right. Yeah.
You put that DC, tuck it into bed, let it sleep for a few decades or a few decades, like a decade or so. Give it 8 to 10 years, and then wake it up. But yeah, if it's bad, you're done.
What if this? Just hear me out. What if Marvel buys DC? I know they don't have the money right now, but just imagine they bought this DC characters and just owned all comic book stuff. How would you feel about it?
I believe they would keep it a separate studio. I don't think they would mush things together.
But you could always have crossovers.
You could.
And then keep Gunn in charge of that studio, but let Feige oversee it.
Yeah. Be like the yeah. I mean, you could wind up getting, because there are crossovers for Marvel and DC comic books. They merge characters together, and it was like a Batman Wolverine or something like that, or whatever they did.
Yeah, Dark Claw. That was pretty cool back in the late 90s.
Yeah. I mean, you could have little one-off weird things like that, but just say if they buy it, I do believe they would keep it its own thing.
Entity itself. Yeah. That's WCW and WWF.
Yeah.
So Michael B. Jordan said the only way he'd play Superman is if it was Val Zod.
I think he was
Michael B. Jordan. It makes sense because he wants to make sure it has to be comic book accurate because he is a nerd, just like all of us.
Yeah. But I would like to see him be Superman, because I already saw him be the bad guy, and he's a great bad guy. He's a really good bad guy. You know what I mean? So I would want to see him be the good guy. In him.
Yeah. He's a great bad guy.
He is.
X-Men 97 is up for an Emmy. I'm not sure why, but hey, because it was great.
Yeah. Because the Emmys are already done. So what we get next week, this upcoming week, is basically the edited version. Because the
Mhm.
ceremony happened this past weekend, and
Bo DeMeo wasn't there.
Bo DeMeo wasn't there. Yeah, surprise, surprise. But X-Men 97 didn't win for outstanding animated program. There's X-Men 97, The Simpsons, Scavenger's Reign, Bob's Burgers, and Blue Eye Samurai. Blue Eye Samurai won.
Yeah, Blue Eye Samurai.
And if you have not seen that show, you gotta go watch it. It is an amazing show on Netflix. It is so effing good. It is so good. So
I still think I want X-Men to win because that's one here.
For sure.
I don't think it was gonna win, but it was cool. It was nominated though for sure.
So, just popped in to show love. Have a great night. Thanks, team, man. Appreciate you, man. Have a good night, man.
Appreciate it. Also, go check out. Have you seen that with T?
One of my favorites. Yeah. This is going to show less diversity and inclusion, just to win back conservative fan base. Wow. You can't do that and start the X-Men saga. Just
right.
I don't see you doing that. That would be
you
the worst move ever. Let me do X-Men saga. That's all about diversity and inclusion, and that's the whole point of X-Men. And then you're going to go that way. I don't see it. I just don't see it. And I'm not saying you're wrong, Kevin. You might be right. I just don't see it. And maybe I refuse to see it.
I mean, because it is messed up. But I can see them doing projects where, like, okay, this is our, DEI project, and then this is our, conservative friendly project. I can see them doing stuff like that, which is really, I think, even more fucked up because now you're just splitting
into everybody.
And then even still, I want a fucking good story. I want a good story. You know what I mean? Like you said, X-Men, part of the story is them being diverse and being looked down upon and them overcoming and blah blah blah. Like all that civil rights movement kind of stuff that
you have to have that.
So you have to have it. So yeah,
it would hurt the story
100%
if they did that.
No.
So looking at it from a business perspective and an image with diversity and inclusion.
But I think when you start slapping titles on it, you give certain people a reason to be angry. You know what I mean? Because they didn't say like, because there was a post. I'm in a few like Disney groups, and they're like, oh, Disney was more diverse when they weren't trying to be diverse. But I'm like,
I've seen that.
Yeah, okay. So it was like, no, they were trying to be diverse back then. They just didn't give it a name and give it a label. As soon as it got a label, you allowed people to be mad at that label. You know what I mean? Like Lilo and Stitch. It's you didn't have to base it in Hawaii, but you did. So therefore, you have to have Native Hawaiians. And that's not a DI film or whatever inclusive. It's just a great movie. So yeah, Princess and the Bride. Another one. You didn't have to do that, but
Princess and the
Frog. Did it. Princess and the Frog. Yeah, I'm sorry. Princess and the Bride. Princess and the Bride is another great movie, but different.
I was like, Princess Bride is, first of all, it's white, but it's awesome in every single way.
Yeah. But yeah, Princess and the Frog.
Yeah. There was a Fantastic Four movie that we don't talk about when he was a good guy.
Shit. I don't think I showed you guys this real quick. Where did I say? Is it did I send it to the Discord group? All right, hold on. So what if we're doing this whole multiverse thing with Fantastic Four, right? They're from a different Earth. That's blah blah blah. Now we got Deadpool and Wolverine that brought back former characters from other movies, and shit, they brought even characters that were never even in movies. They were just promised a project, like Gambit, right? So I can bring this up from Discord real quick. Somebody on Twitter posted this image, and it blew my mind. And I'm like, if they go this route, I think you could be up for some really, really effing good storytelling. I don't know, my Discord's like dragging ass. Let's see if I find it real quick.
Bear says almost 11 for you guys, right? She's trying to say we need to do a Beetlejuice spoiler review.
Yeah.
Agreed. I got you.
Oh, here we go.
We got you. It's going to happen.
Well, I think I'm gonna blow your minds with this one if you guys haven't already seen it.
Motherfucker.
That freaking movie.
They do
No.
that.
That makes so much fucking sense.
All right. My bad. Yeah, I had my computer started lagging, so I had to take it off. But what if they do that? You guys saw the picture, right?
Yep.
Okay. What if they do that? You already did that movie where you would make him set up to be the maker. You know what I mean? Like you had people like, oh, that's not science in the science fair. That's magic. You're disqualified. You know, like you already kind of set him up to become the maker. He's young. He's a great actor. You know what I mean? And now you're like, hey, we want you to come back and do this, but we're gonna spin it like that.
If the movie was not
a whole saga, but that's why I was like, the movie sucked. So he wanted to get the fuck out of that movie because he's like, I'm better than this kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, if the movie wasn't
if the movie wasn't complete crap, I might be with it.
But I think it being crap makes it even better because, like, dude, you're from a universe that sucks. Like, no one likes the universe, you know? So it's like, yeah, like, of course, the smartest dude in that universe is like, I deserve better. So I'm going to go out and do shit. Like, you can make a whole phase where, like, the next phase is the ultimate phase, and the maker is, like, part of the big bad guy. You know, it's rebooted, but as it's being rebooted, he takes over control of the universe and kind of builds it the way he wants it. Just throwing it out there.
Two things. One, I think they need to do it in this saga and use it from the Ultimates 4. Use the Doom from that, and then the way the Doom loses from the Reed Richards, who becomes the maker, beats Doom, but then the maker is what's brought into the new era of Marvel when Franklin Richards remakes the world, which would be very cool. So, yes, I like what you're saying, but the way you do it, because they already talked about the Ultimates 4, right? We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
And tying that in to Doom and then having someone who's going to carry this over from there makes a lot of sense, and I like it. I had to think about it for a second, but I like it.
Oh man, at first I'm like, he looks cool. You know, he's a good actor. I enjoy him. You know, he's young.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
You know, he's got a somewhat of a draw, but not big enough where it's like you have to spend RDJ kind of money. But it's somebody you can build up like RDJ. You know, so yeah.
Bear says, just recognize that Brandon usually has Cinderella timeline. He's good till midnight. Then he turns into a pumpkin.
Once that bell rings.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So that being said, you want to jump into the spoiler free just so we can get Brandon's likes, dislikes, or spoilers. Okay. Yeah, but I mainly want to get Brandon's likes, dislikes, and his rating as we talk about spoilers.
I think we can still do spoilers, full spoilers.
Yeah.
Could you guys give me 1 minute because I want to go get some tea because I've been on now for 3 straight hours.
For a while. All right.
It's now been 3 straight hours, and I was like, let me go get some drink real quick. So give me 1 second, and then I'll be right back.
All right. Bring him down. Marvel says, "Love you, cutie."
Who, me? I know.
Yeah. Well, I don't think she's talking to me, man. But yeah, we'll get into that, into the Beetlejuice. It had a crazy opening, so we'll probably talk a little bit about that, but mostly I
Yeah.
get your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I was just reading up on the opening. That was nuts.
Yeah. I did not expect that. Also, I
Mhm.
watched John Campea talk about it, and surprise, surprise, he did not like it. He thought it was stupid. He hated it.
Mhm.
He thought it was a really not a good movie.
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't know why, man. You know,
I'm not surprised at the at kind of the mixed response that it's gotten. There are a lot of things in it that I really appreciated
yeah. I mean,
personally.
there's some issues. It's not a perfect film.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But
I
I
mean, for
think
the
it's
most part. Go ahead.
yeah. I think it's the first one that that really first Burton film in a while that really kind of did it for me,
Mm-hmm.
because he hasn't really been landing for me in recent years.
Mom Bear says Campea only likes stuff he's paid to.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember that website, ain'titcoolnews.com, from back in the day that used to be like really popular, but Harry Styles from there, he kind of seemed the same exact way. Like he did an initial review when Batman v Superman came out, absolutely trashing it. He absolutely hated it. And then like 2 days later, he did a brand new review, basically retracting everything that he said, and was basically like worshiping the movie.
Campea?
No, Harry Styles from Ain't It Cool News. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him.
Okay.
This was like yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, that's what everyone says. You know, Campea gets paid to to like stuff. So I don't believe it, but you know, it is funny, you know, to see stuff like that. But it says no one likes the Disney Star Wars experience like him. He doesn't like I think the only thing he likes is Andor. You know, and he's not the only one. Like, is obviously getting a second season. You know, but like we watched more of the Acolyte than he has. You know, he gave up halfway through. I think you gave up about halfway through too, right?
Yeah, I checked out. I just finished it up out of obligation.
Yeah, yeah. But no, he's not a big Star Wars fan. Well, current Star Wars fan. But yeah, he says some stuff that I'm not. I don't agree with him, but yeah, I don't think he's a shill for one way or another. But yeah, but the thing is, like, once if you go against the popular opinion, you know, people tend to like, oh, you know, why are you saying what everyone else is not saying? You know,
Yeah.
so yeah,
I don't know. Campea could think he definitely has his sponsors. I think he does right by the sponsors, but I don't think he's cares about what status quo says. I think he's telling what he really thinks, what he really believes.
yeah, I think so. So I remember his tour of the new Disney World Star Wars attraction. Oh man, if you ever hear him talk about it, he like he goes, "Oh, F that place." Like, he wouldn't go to Disney at all, but his wife, you know, loves Disney. And then I think recently he started going back to Disney just because of her, you know. But like I forgot why too. I mean, there's many reasons to say F Disneyland and Disney World. Many reasons, you know. So yeah. But I don't remember his tour of the new Disneyland attraction or Disney World attraction. It's good. No, I gotta admit, it's fun. I just wish it was bigger. I wish it was bigger. It's really, really small. I remember going through it and like next thing you know, I'm like,
you're like,
is
what?
that it?
It's over?
I was like, why am I in Toy Story Land? I was like, yeah, but it is very immersive. It is a lot of fun. And I'm glad they're changing it and they're adding more to it, and it's not just the sequel shit. So, 'cause I think Smuggler's Run is gonna be different now.
Mhm.
They're changing 3 or 4 things for
Yeah.
Disney Star Wars.
Yeah. So I didn't know Michael Keaton was Michael Douglas. Yeah, I didn't know that either until recently. Well, everyone's
Now
talking
he
about that.
changed his name to Michael Keaton Douglas.
Ah,
So anything after this movie will be Michael Keaton Douglas.
that's
Now on.
Yeah, those are stupid rules, man. Like, oh, we already have a Michael Douglas. You need to change your name. I was like,
Yep.
What
Can't
the
be
fuck?
part of the SAG, Screen Actors
Yeah.
Guild.
that's so stupid. Must have lost their funding at the time. Everything Disney was the bestest ever. Yeah, I know he liked. He did. I don't think he likes The Last Jedi. He really didn't like the Rise of Skywalker.
Mhm.
I don't remember what his opinion on Solo. I don't hate Solo as much as other people do. It was okay.
I hate what
Solo
they did
was-
with Solo. What they did with what's his name? Why am I forgetting his name?
Maul.
With Childish Gambino with Donald
Lando.
Glover's
Lando?
What they did with Lando, and then the idea with the whole the robots and
Then they canceled his show. He was supposed to have a movie or a show. I don't remember, but he was going to be coming back as Lando.
Okay. All that money, all
Yeah.
that stuff is happening. No one's going to allow it.
No. Well, that's part of the problem with Disney right now is as soon as somebody has an idea, they're like, we're going to do this. Like, shut up. Like, unless at least let it get a little bit past than like your first thought. You know what I mean? Like,
Totally. Yeah.
That's why, like,
everybody.
that's why I was so upset with Patty Jenkins with her Star Wars movie. Like, they made a trailer promoting her being, the
Right.
movie. That was awesome, and then it just gone.
Mhm.
So. But yeah, once Catherine is gone, hopefully.
Yeah, I just still have been interested to see that. I still like Patty Jenkins as a director. Only made one thing that I legitimately didn't like.
I'm not
1984.
sure.
Yeah, I can't. She, her catalog otherwise has been pretty solid. I wouldn't want to write her off because of one trip up.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, you need to have a couple, and I'm like, okay. You kind of
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really excited to see that. Like, that was one I was like, oh, this sounds, because it's gonna be a side story. It's gonna be cool space, dog fights and stuff like that. I'm like, yes, that's what I want. If I can't get crazy saber fights, then I want cool, like, actual fighting in space. With like the plane or the X-wings and all that.
Or we can leave this universe. Let's stop doing the same time. I'm just tired.
Yeah. Now with the next regime that comes and takes in, they gotta go 1,000 years in the future, because then you can create your own lore. From the Skywalker to then you have 1,000 years to create lore and backstory.
Make it fit. It'll all fit no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah. But
they did with Planet of the Apes. I'm just saying that it works.
Yep. All right, let's do. Yeah, I still have it. Yeah, I do. Cool. All right. Cool. Yeah, we can probably don't. This one don't have to go too long.
We'll see. Let's just get started.
Yeah. All right. Gotta remember where everything's at now. It's on my second day back. All right. They're bringing back Daisy Ridley, right? Yeah. And I think that's gonna be what's her name, Swan Song.
Yeah.
Okay. She's gonna fuck up Star Wars one more time.
No, see, here's the thing. Okay. So what the trade? I know this is kind of going. Trades are saying that the contract is going to end, but she's going to stay along to the second quarter of 2025. That's not long enough. It's long enough to start the movie, but not long enough to make sure the movie gets made and released.
Yeah, I mean, she'll probably stay on as a producer. You know, her own company will probably be the producing company still. You know, she might still have some say so in a lot of stuff. So
So they're saying that everything has to go through Filoni now on.
yeah, he's the CCO. You know, so yeah.
So even her ideas and all that stuff, because her contracts are ending, I think it has to go through Filoni.
Yeah. So which is good. But now people are hating on Filoni. They're like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, he's has he been perfect? No, but he's
that's the problem with Star Wars. Star Wars is so toxic, and then now people are hating on the Ahsoka show. You know, honestly, I don't hate Ahsoka. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't hate it.
Yeah, me neither.
Was
it the best thing since sliced bread? No, I'm not saying it was, but did I hate it? No, not at all.
Yeah. And I'm excited for the next season. You know, I'm I want to see what they do with Ray Stevenson's character. I can't think of his name.
Mm-hmm. His character's name is slipping my mind.
Yeah, I'm never brain fart. You know him. You know his little
Balin.
daughter chick, Balin. Yeah, Balin. You know the evil chick. You know, I'm curious about some. The only ones I really don't give a shit is the characters coming back. You know, Ezra. I don't give a shit. You know, but yeah, I'm
got Shin Hati down here. Got Balin right here. So yeah,
nice. Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna get into the Star Wars stuff. Hopefully after this, because there's a lot of drama going on over there with all the creators. So, all right, let's do this. Let's go. All right, welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer, Brian the Grizzly, Brandman Brandon, and we're back talking about Beetlejuice. But this time we are doing full spoilers. So all the things me and Brian were keeping quiet about last time, we don't have to. Brandman's going to give us his official rating for this one towards the end. And see what he thinks about it. But yeah, so full spoilers. So if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. Come back and let's talk spoilers. So we'll start off right with the bat with some of the things, Brandman, what some things you liked about this movie.
I liked that it felt very old school Tim Burton, as in there wasn't an overabundance of CGI. It was a lot more practical effects. I like that he used miniatures and stop motion. I thought that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like, because for me, it's kind of felt like in recent years, Tim Burton's been more or less kind of going through the motions. I think the last movie that really did anything for me that he made was probably either Big Fish or Sweeney Todd. So it's been a while for me.
I love that one.
But I kind of felt like he had like a little more inspiration behind him with this one. Obviously, Michael Keaton was in top form. I think actually the acting all around the table was pretty solid. I like that they did more with the with the afterlife. They showed more of that world, which was cool.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the humor landed for me, or a pretty good amount of it landed for me. I thought a lot of that worked. It almost felt like an extended episode of the animated series in some senses of it. But yeah, it overall I thought it was a pretty entertaining watch. Were a couple things that didn't quite work for me, but we'll get to that later. But overall, it kept me entertained.
Yeah. There's some, like, going back to like what you said with the cartoon stuff, like that was like when we talked on with the spoiler free part, where we're like, he didn't feel like the bad guy. He felt more of like an anti-hero kind of thing. And it like you said, it felt more of the cartoon, where he was very goofy, less raunchy, way less raunchy. Like this one is he doesn't grab his crotch even once. Not even once. Which is not bad. I don't mind it because I love that show. I love that show so much. It was part of my childhood. So yeah. And what about you, Brian? Anything like you want to get off your chest that we didn't quite get to last time?
Things I couldn't talk about. William Dafoe was stupid. Like I love William Dafoe, your period. But I think that character was just stupid. The Wolf Jackson part, and like
Wolf Jackson.
it was creative and like ha for a little bit, but then by the end I was just like, I was rolling my eyes a little bit, and
Mhm.
but I love Willem Dafoe, so it's hard for me to like to say that I didn't want that part of it, I just didn't need it,
Yeah.
and as I said, I kind of felt like it overstayed its welcome a little bit.
That's understandable. I thought he was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was definitely a goofball with his
I forgot.
assistant giving him the coffee.
Yeah, all the
time. And his tagline of or his catchphrase of "keep it real."
Keep it.
Oh yeah, keep it real.
Willem Dafoe's class in anything he's in. I forgot that he could be funny. How funny he could be at times.
Yeah.
I also would love the Jeremy character. I think they could have done so much more with.
Mm-hmm.
The evil boy, the boyfriend. He could have been the good son, whatever, that killed his parents. Do you remember that Macaulay Culkin movie? When,
Oh yeah.
So I feel like they could have done so much more and made him really the evil one who pushed along all this stuff. That he was a ghost, he was the bad ghost, and Beetlejuice had to fight with him and realizing he's not the bad guy anymore. He's more of the anti-hero. It just felt like more could have been done with it. Or the same thing with Dolores. I feel like more could have been done with her. I always thought that, you had these cool characters, and obviously you're talking them out, right? You had these great thoughts, and you just didn't know how to make it all work. But because you had so much time in between the movies, you could do anything. 35 years, maybe it's too much thinking, too much planning, and not enough putting everything in there.
Yeah. They try giving everyone their own story, and that doesn't always work. A side character shouldn't have a full-fledged, whole chunk of the main story. Beetlejuice is about Beetlejuice and Lydia. Astrid was cool, but Astrid shouldn't be
the main focus.
The main focus of it all. You know what I mean? But I get it. Jenna Ortega is the new it thing.
She's the it girl.
If it's Wednesday, then Beetlejuice just works. My kids love Wednesday, right? So they went with me to see Beetlejuice, and of course, I've already bought Beetlejuice and Wednesday shirts for Halloween time. It's money making. It makes perfect sense.
But they a lot of critics are saying it's overstuffed, overcrowded. So, which I
had all these
it.
ideas, and they just want to put all of it in there. Like, and this is a good one, and that's one.
But anything else, Brandon? We'll get some good stuff, and then we'll get into some of your bad stuff.
I think that was mostly it. Like I said, I liked that it felt like kind of like old school Burton, and thought it was pretty well acted. A pretty good amount of the humor did work for me. And Michael Keaton just didn't miss a beat. Like, he slipped right back into that role, which was awesome. We're talking about nearly 40 years after the fact.
He had that run. There's that one scene where they get back into the underworld, and he's like running. He's doing the Beetlejuice run. I was like, oh my god! It just made me laugh, and I think I was the only person that laughed in that one part. Because I know your focus was more on Bob, but seeing him do that stupid run.
Yeah.
And then real quick, Mega Puff Girl, appreciate you being here.
Night.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
See you guys. See you next time. So appreciate you coming by. All right.
Thanks for joining.
All right. So let's know what you didn't like about this one then.
It felt like at times there were too many cooks in the kitchen, I think, when it came to some of the writing and the subplots, like the whole Dolores character. I'm almost inclined to say she didn't even need to be there, or if they wanted to do more, like if they wanted to make her this big threat, they should have done more with her.
Mhm.
I think she was there, and then she just gets taken out at the end like that. The same kind of goes for the Rory character. Like they didn't quite know what they could have done with him or how far they could have gone with him. For that matter, the same thing with the Jeremy character. I think really they might have been good enough with just him. I think so. It kind of felt like this movie almost felt like the movie had different writers, and they just kind of like a bunch of different writers, um, and they just didn't fit it. They just didn't run with their ideas or go far enough, or just abandon their ideas
Mhm.
that they had with this. I think that the ending was kind of a cop out with what they did with Beetlejuice, because he was shown in a lot more of a like anti-heroic or heroic. Like I almost kind of felt bad for him at the end that he got screwed.
Yeah.
Like he was like actively helping Lydia. Like it was
He saved
granted
her.
it was
She would have been gone on the train, the Soul Train, if it wasn't for Beetlejuice.
Mhm.
yeah, if it wasn't, and even if she like returned to the world of the living, she would have married a complete lying scumbag.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
You
almost like
know,
worse, Beetlejuice or this like piece of shit, horrible person. That's the
yeah,
guy.
and like a more interesting thing that I think would have been funny, like I would have had Lydia like actually uphold her into the bargain and marry Beetlejuice, and then they go through like this montage of Beetlejuice just being miserable
I,
and
I,
like marriage not being what it's all cracked up to be, and they go
uh,
through this montage of that seems like it's been like X amount of months, and maybe you find out it's only been like 3 or 4 days they've been married. And Beetlejuice just wants out of the relationship, so he ends up begging Lydia to divorce him. And that's what I would have done. I would have done something like that. The ending kind of seemed like they kind of took the cheap way out, or just kind of were kind of like creatively bankrupt at that point in
yeah.
time.
I like that
So
idea, man. I like that because well, real quick, like the ending where they already do a montage, but of Astrid. Just why?
uh,
Why?
yeah,
You could have done what you just said. Like right before he says I do, like it's like a fake montage of him saying I do, and then like you said, like all that craziness. Then it cuts back, and he's like, wait a minute, no, and then you could set up a third movie where Beetlejuice isn't the bad guy, you know what I mean? Like they have to help each other
yeah.
again, like more
Mhm.
like the cartoon, and I think that sounds actually like pretty interesting. Yeah.
I think you guys are forgetting one thing. Why does Beetlejuice want to bury Lydia?
Wasn't he
Because he wants to return to the world of the living.
He
He
can
wants to.
return to the world of the living. Has
Yeah.
nothing to do with being married to her. He marries her. He returns to the world of the living. So it doesn't matter. The whole montage of being married doesn't matter. He's not going to be married. Like it's not like he has to be married to stay alive. They get married. He's to be living. He's alive
What
again.
if that is the case? Like he has to stay married with her, and then he loses all his ghostly abilities, and he's just a man again. And he's like,
So
"No, what did I? I'd rather
your
be
your
dead with superpowers."
your plan is to not have a Beetlejuice 3. Gotcha.
No, you could have done a Beetlejuice 3, because then now it's not like I'm not trying to be a nasty creep and marry you. Now it's like we can help each other out, or I can help you out. Then you could have saved the whole Dolores thing for the third one, and now where Beetlejuice comes to her for help. And now that he built some trust with her by not marrying her,
It
because
works
she
as a
scared him
TV
off.
show. I don't know if that works with a movie. I think
I
that
think,
works
well,
as a
now,
TV
I mean, you can't do it because freaking Tim Burton has to put his wife in everything. He can't date a person and not have them in all his movies. So of course, he put his girlfriend in this one, and he didn't have to put Dolores in it. I mean, that really meant nothing. You could have taken her out and same movie. Save that for the third one. Save that for the third one.
I thought they should have focused on Richard. So the idea they focus on the family, really focus on it. Not that what they fake did it. I think Lydia and Astrid are the real focuses, right? We already know what's going to happen with Delia, whatever, her dying and all that stuff. That's cool, whatever.
Be back in a second, guys.
Okay. In the middle of the thing. Okay.
Sorry. Be right back.
All right. But yeah, I think you got the family. You focus on the family. You do something with them. Focus on what Jenna Ortega or Astrid is doing, what Lydia is doing. Focus on that way, and then don't have to necessarily go outside of it. So you didn't need anything with Dolores or anything like that. So you can make it more like the cartoon, more like that, and then you just kind of go for that. But you didn't have to do any of this other extra stuff. I think there's too many things going on in the plot, too many twists and turns that they didn't need to have. And then we have characters that really were cool that we didn't get to really talk about. Like Father Damien. Did you understand anything he was saying?
What's his name? Oh,
Gorman.
Gorman. Yeah. Bern Gorman. He was just a drunk, right? I mean, I was like, he's a pretty big actor. He's the dude that you always see his face like, oh, it's the guy from the thing,
I thought the father being Richard, the fact that Lydia can see all the ghosts, right, but can't see him. That would have been a really cool thing to kind of jump into. Why can't she see Richard?
Why?
Even though everybody else.
He said he checks in on them all the time. So why
can't she not see him?
And that's why there's a scene that when he helps them get out of the underworld and they have to go through the crypt, I think it was.
Yep.
And Asher goes up the ladder and then he grabs Lydia. I'm like, oh, here's the explanation. And it never happens. It just cuts to her coming out of the crypt next. So I was like
it was cut from the movie right there.
There was a scene there where they have a little heart to heart, and I wanted that. That's why I wanted to make like a couple more minutes. Like why can't she see him? Why did this and that? The few minutes of like, hey, I couldn't do it, or blah blah blah, or it hurt me too much. Something, anything, any reason, right? Because we didn't get anything. So any explanation would have been good. And I would
focus on the family, then he could have done it. He could have focused on Richard, figured out what was going on. Then once again, we could have had Jeremy be the bad guy. Everything flows the same way. Don't need to have Dolores. You bring Dolores in for Beetlejuice 3, and everything works.
Yeah. No, I like that.
So,
because
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Because that's what I was expecting. I'm like, oh, why? Why can't she see him? Why? Because her not seeing him is part of the issue that Astrid and Lydia have. Yeah. Dude, that's so loud.
I was like, what?
I'm sorry.
But that was the whole issue between them anyway. It was because they can't, you can't talk to my dad. You can see all these other ghosts. You want to talk about these other ghosts, but you can't talk to my dad. Well, why'd you spend all that time talking about that and then not pay it off?
Yeah.
With something like, hey, I'm not allowed to pass this point. You have to go on without me from this point. I cannot pass this until I get to wherever. I have to work my way up to doing to be there. I want to be there. But once he said he literally been checking on them all the time, I was like, well, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. Where are you?
Yeah.
So that was kind of disappointing a little bit with that for me, for sure. But that's why I was like, it's not a perfect movie. If they would have tied up some of these little loose ends, and cut some of the fat, right now it's a 76 on Rotten Tomatoes with the critics, 82 with the audience. It can go up a good 10 points on each side. If you just fixed up those little things, for sure. But overall, it was not. I didn't hate it. All I know is that the ending part, though. What before we get into your rating, Brandman, the ending part with the time lapses of Ashley getting married, then the pregnancy, and then she woke up from a dream. Baby, I want that toy. I want that. I want that on my shelf. That thing was so fucking awesome. It was so
The
stupid.
Beetlejuice, that little Beetlejuice doll or
Yeah.
Beetlejuice baby.
Yeah. And it's also weird because like the baby was in Lydia first and then was born, and then later in the movie it's born with Astrid. I thought that
With
was
Astrid, out of
yeah,
Astrid. Yeah.
I was like, what?
yeah.
Yeah. I was like, huh?
But what do you guys think about that? Because she wakes up and then Beetlejuice next to her, then she wakes up again and
Mhm.
no one's next to her. So like, is the whole movie a dream? Like, what were you doing at the end? Because that part felt the most confusing. It was funny, but I don't know what I'm supposed to take from it.
I just figured that was like an extended nightmare sequence. That whole thing with her on vacation with Astrid, kind of starting there, just to kind of imply that she's not rid of Beetlejuice and he's not going to give up on her.
Yeah.
That it's gonna be a Beetlejuice 3 because he wasn't eaten by the worm. He's gonna be king of the worms.
King of the worms. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was funny, but the ending felt very rushed. It's like all right, we need to finish it, and boom, like that. Those last like 10-ish minutes was just like,
It's like we ran out of money, guys. We gotta stop right here.
yeah,
Let's stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like Tim Burton has like, this movie has to be under this amount of minutes.
Mhm.
So let's go. Meanwhile, I was like, hey, we can cut your girlfriend. What? No. How dare you?
No. We need that.
I mean, don't get me. I love Monica Bellucci, but I mean, she said maybe 3 words in the whole movie. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And most of them were
Mhm.
Beetlejuice.
Where's Beetlejuice?
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, it definitely could have been without her in it. Okay. You guys got anything else before we get into your rating?
Once again, I just thought that it was so many characters and they should have went a different way. Me saying all that doesn't mean that the movie is a bad movie, and I enjoyed the ride, and still like the movie.
Oh yeah. I think they already released well, not released, but the pre-order for the Steelbook, and it's gonna be like a glow in the dark, like one with Beetlejuice on one side and Lydia on the other side. So yeah, if they do a third one, I want to see Lydia in the cartoon. What is that? Like, I can't
The
remember.
outfit?
Poncho. Her little spiderweb poncho that she wore. Like, I want to see that. Or Astrid.
That'd be cool.
That should be the one. That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I'll be cool with that. All right. But cool. Let's move on to your rating, brand man. So on our spoiler one, me and Brian already gave our reviews. We both gave it a now. See if I can bring this up real quick. Where are we at? There we go. So with that being said, 2 nows already. What are you giving Beetlejuice, brand man?
I could give it a now, especially for this season in particular. We're coming up on Halloween season. I think it came out at an appropriate time. It's just fun. Not a perfect movie by any means, but it's definitely enough to keep you entertained. Especially if you're a Tim Burton fan. Like I said, it felt very old school Burton. I liked that it had kind of like a throwback vibe to it. Some of the humor is kind of run into the ground with Willem Dafoe's character and Catherine O'Hara's character. They kind of were doing a little too much with at certain points, but overall, it's an entertaining time.
Yeah,
that's really all I wanted. It was a sequel we didn't necessarily need, but at least it was solid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all you really want from a movie 30-something years later. It's like, don't suck.
Exactly.
It didn't. Yeah.
Exactly.
But I legit, we talking about Catherine O'Hara's character. What's his name? Delia. When she died, I did not see that coming. I did not see that.
Me neither. I didn't expect that at all.
I'm like, what? Like, she died at her husband's grave, which now we can get into it. Her husband dies and I love the animation. They did a claymation of the death. You
Mhm.
know, he gets the plane
Yep,
crash.
stop motion.
He still lives with the plane crash, and then the shark bites him.
And the shark eats him.
The shark eats like
Shark
just
ate
the
me.
top part.
He ate me.
The best part was I didn't catch it at first. I caught it later on in the film when they go back to his grave. They make his gravestone a shark fin.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
I could not stop laughing when I noticed that because I'm like, how messed up is that? And like, I just feel like his wife, you know, Delia, or like that is something she would do, you know, with that character, like oh,
This
you know, being all
artistic,
artsy. And,
this artistic way,
Yeah.
you know, to celebrate him.
yeah, I just started like laughing, and I was trying to like not bother other people because it happened during a time when like nothing was going on, and I'm like cracking up. It's like that's so messed up. So yeah,
I just love the fact that every time he spoke, you saw a little piece of blood come out of the shark bite.
Yep.
yeah, that was a fun one. And then she like at the end when she finally meets him, you know,
Yep.
and she's like, oh, but look at me, like look how messed up I am, and she has like two little like
Yeah.
bites on her neck.
So,
So,
oh, it doesn't look too bad. How does
Yeah.
he know?
Yeah. So yeah, that one got me laughing, and then the callback to Schitt's Creek with her character in Schitt's Creek. She does a movie called The Crowaning, you know, and and even with the bird flaps with the crows on it, that was a great callback. I don't know. I doubt they didn't think about that, you know.
No, they
But
definitely did. That was
Yeah.
on purpose.
very intentional. Yeah, very intentional. So I thought that was really well done on their end with something like that. But real quick before we go, we got the box office numbers, and holy crap, this thing had the third biggest weekend of the year so far. With $111 million domestic.
Yep, we're
111 million.
we're getting that third movie.
Well,
100%.
I think it's $100 million budget, and he made 111 million domestically the first week, which is I think it's 143 billion worldwide,
Something like that. Yeah.
something like that. So I mean, you're definitely getting it now. I mean,
Yeah.
it just didn't make any sense. Why not? Who knew it was going to be such a big opening?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I don't even think it opened like in China and stuff like that yet, you know, or if it will at all. But I've actually looked it up. So 63 million international opening weekend. You know, the UK was big, Spain was big, Mexico was big, Australia was, you know, big. But I don't see any China on here. So I think I gotta look it up. I wonder if it is gonna release in China, but if it releases in China, it's gonna make a bunch of money international.
I don't know if
China.
they'll do that because it's talk about death and the afterlife and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Will they, you know, kind of go away from that?
True. Yeah. So, but either way, domestic, you know, is the main number people tend to look at, and yeah, like Brandman said, we are getting a third one for sure. We're getting a Beetlejuice. I mean, it's bound to happen, right?
You need to do that anyway.
Yeah. So, but yeah, cool. You know, that was our, you know, spoilers. You know, we'll get into, you know, more, you know, in the comments. So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and come and join us every Monday and Thursday. Talk movies, TV shows, news around Hollywood, you know, leaks and dramas and all that stuff. So make sure you come and hang out with us in there. And if you are watching us on the live, we appreciate you guys, but stick around because we got to move on to our next topic for the night. All right.
You know, all I can hear is you eating the apple because it's so loud because the microphone is in your mouth. So when the earbuds are there, all in the middle of every time you're talking, all you hear is. We can't use that as a video. I won't be able to cut this up.
You know, it reminds me of
is wasted. Hey, that's a lot of work. I can't cut up this video because of you. Like I literally cannot do this at all. It won't be able to be cut up because all you hear is in the background.
I'm sorry. I was hungry.
I totally understand, but when you not muting yourself every time you're taking a bite, It literally messes up all the audio for everybody.
I'm sorry.
I want to try to figure out, can I just download and cut out you from your audio, but then bring you back because you're the main person talking.
I'm sorry, I was hungry.
Let me see if I the loud eating from the Ninja Turtles.
Most correct.
Yeah, that exactly. I'm like, so I don't know if I can cut that up. I don't know. Let's see. Ugh.
Yeah. Man, I still need Comcast to come out here and fix my internet. This whole time they're like, "Oh, we'll be there tomorrow," and like 2 months later, they never showed up.
How many?
Correct. Hey, Mike, you think you can punch any louder? I can still hear out of this. Phew.
That was probably laggy as shit.
We get the gist of it. We do need to talk about this stuff though. Star Wars.
Yeah. All right. I don't. Yeah, we could use that, right?
Yeah, we can. That's fine.
Space background, Star Wars.
The Final Frontier.
All right. Wrong space show.
These other boys just
release the Apple cut.
Release the Apple cut. Oh my gosh.
Let's make like an hour-long video of just Brandman eating and just send it to Mama Bear.
Just slowly eating an apple.
Like it progressively gets slower, like each cut.
Mm.
It's slow motion so much it goes backwards.
You forget which way it's going. All right, let's talk about the Star Wars stuff because I think Brian, you know what the drama is, right?
Yep.
And Brandman, do you know any about the drama?
A little.
Okay.
They're starting to read up on it.
Okay, so we'll kind of break it down, and we'll talk about our thoughts on it. But all right, let's talk about it. All right, what is up? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer with Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we're gonna talk about something that is kind of in our world of the YouTube kind of stuff. We're all Star Wars fans, and right now Star Wars is in a weird place when it comes to the movies. It's even in a weirder place when it comes to the fandom. We got the Acolyte that came out. I think none of us really liked it. I think for the majority of people we know, I don't really know anybody who liked it. Out of
Screen Crush is the only one who loves it.
He liked it. Other people like John Campea didn't like it. A bunch of other reviewers didn't like it. So it gets canceled. Amandla, she comes out and says she got a lot of hate, which I get. She's a black woman and a lead. She's gonna get a lot of hate. It sounds shitty, but that's the world we live in right now. But now we get another YouTube channel, Star Wars Explained, kind of making a call to action to get some of these other YouTube channels canceled. Some I don't want to talk about because I really don't like them. But we'll talk about Star Wars Theory in specific. He's on that list of hatred, and I don't get it. One, I don't know if you should say like, "Hey, I don't like what you're saying," which is, I agree. Like, you don't have to like what somebody says, but if they have to say it on their channel, then let it say on their channel. You know what I mean? My only issue with Star Wars Theory was he was letting some of these other people I don't really like, that have said messed up stuff and done said messed up. Well, I guess done. They made videos, and you brought him on his platform. Besides that, he's never said anything I've heard him about going after.
It's never usually him. it's
No.
usually his guest. Oh,
Yeah,
most
usually,
time.
so and after the Acolyte, I would kind of watch his breakdown, see what he thought about
Mhm.
it, and it was never like, oh, she sucks, yeah, it's never like this person sucks because it's a minority. It's like, no, this character sucks. The character is
Mhm.
badly written, or this is badly done, blah 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 blah. But for me, this is kind of a question that I started kind of looking into, is like, when does criticism become hatred? And when do people stop looking at criticism and just only want to pay attention to the hatred because it's their agenda to be the other side? Like, no, you hate this movie because a woman was in it. Like, no, I hate The Last Jedi because it sucked ass. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah, so when those lines are blurred sometimes, and it's either side, but what do you guys think about what's going on with the cancellation? Do you think Star Wars Theory and Star Wars Theory brought receipts like the last day or so? Like,
Yep.
he made like a 30-minute video, saying that, these guys aren't the best guys. I take that however you want. Go watch that video. But what do you guys think about criticism and hatred and that line in between?
First, I want to tell you, I think it's the pot calling the kettle black. I definitely want to tell you that. Like, literally, like, you're doing the same stuff. You're saying the same stuff about someone. Like, it's one of those things when you point the finger at someone, there's 3 fingers pointing back at you. I feel like that's exactly what was going on. This is entire argument. But Brandman, go ahead, say what you're going to say. I'm sorry.
No, I agree. I think in the case of the Acolyte, people were kind of out to hate it before it even began. I think it's just by chance. Unfortunately, the show kind of seemed to suck, which not even seemed, but the show wasn't that great. Which kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of gave them more ammo, I guess. Um, but yeah, it was, the Star Wars fandom in particular, unfortunately, has become so toxic, that a lot of people are out to get or out to get a lot of this stuff from the get go. Unfortunately, you see it all the time, and in this case, when we had not only a female lead but a female lead of color and a little bit more of a diverse cast than what we're typically used to. People wanted to hate this. They wanted to before, even if the quality was good. I feel like people were still going to rip it apart. But that's just kind of unfortunately with the Star Wars fan base. A lot of fan bases in general, but the Star Wars fan base in particular, unfortunately, has kind of mutated into. Uh, you know, Toxic is putting it lightly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I think about it. It was a lose-lose.
Yeah. And I don't think I have an issue when people call out people for being, racist or sexist.
Mhm.
Call that out, but when you start saying somebody's racist or sexist because they didn't like something, and it so happened to be there's like a minority, in the lead role, like they're not, one doesn't mean the other, for sure. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't suck because Amandla was black. It sucked because her character was poorly written. You know what I mean? And now you can debate that. You might have liked it. Fine. Like Brian, you said Screen Crush liked it. That's where the fandom comes in. Like, this is why I like it, this is why I don't like it. You know what I mean? So, and there's always a popular opinion with one side or the other. But when you start labeling somebody something because they don't like it, that's kind of when a problem starts to arise. So,
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's weird between these two people because as we, if you read more into it, they've been guests on each other's shows. They've talked to each other. They commented things about their own, their own channels and how they're going to do stuff, and like all that stuff has happened. So it's weird. It would be like us going and talking about, because someone else is bigger than us, we're going to talk about them and try to get them canceled. Oh, I hate, I say Anzo, or I hate Chill, or I hate Kenny. Something like that. It doesn't make sense to attack someone that you have collaborated with unless you're going to talk to them about why you're upset with something like that. I feel like it's coming from a very weird place. Hey. But you know what I mean. It's coming from a very weird, not natural place, and it's part of the problem. What's wrong with Star Wars, right? Because it's so toxic, because it's so set apart, and it's bleeding into real life. And I just think that it just seems like when you're so used to doing so much negative stuff about your channel, then you find something more negative to talk about. And I feel like that's where we're heading in this entire conversation. And I think it's just terrible. You're two of the top 10 platforms for Star Wars, and you're doing this stuff. And when you're not basing it on specific facts about what's going on, I think that's bad.
Yeah. I'll put you in timeout.
No, he's gonna put me in the zone. What is it called? I'm gonna throw him into the what's it called with the Superman?
Oh, the Phantom Zone.
Phantom Zone.
Yeah. Oh, and then like even Marvel, like Star Wars Theory and that guest have been connected in a while. So I know he started connecting with more. There's a difference between edgy and racist. Like you could be edgy and say some edgy things, that might be, I think edgy is a little cringy now. But when you go and you do say racist things and film racist things and make a joke, that's not really a joke, then that kind of changes it. But also the hatred he was getting from certain people on YouTube were also pushing him towards that group, which kind of sucks. You know what I mean? It does. But yeah. Yeah. So, appreciate you, fandomator. We'll get to your comment in a second. As soon as we're done with this topic. So,
yeah.
But stick around. We're going to talk about that. But yeah. So, just having Star Wars Theory coming out here, and I watched him before he hit 1 million. I started following him because I liked him, and I also did follow Star Wars Explained for a while, and I stopped following them. And it's not because I hated them. It's just I didn't find it entertaining anymore. You know what I mean? Like they started talking about their clickbait stuff, and I'm like, I really don't care about this. I want Star Wars, and Star Wars Theory was doing Star Wars. He was doing theories, which I love talking theories. I like a bunch of what ifs. We do it all the time here with a bunch of things. So I was digging that. And then yeah. So they have been connected since 2008 or 18, I think, because in his video he talks about it, and he said they were not friends for a while. And then they started to reconnect, especially after
changed the name. Went from Star Wars Minute to
no, sorry, I'm thinking of another group, that he has more of their people on. But it was after the crying Luke Skywalker, video that went viral. And then actual people that worked at Lucasfilm went after Star Wars Theory. They're like, "You can't cry." I was like, "What?" Like that whole thing pissed me off. Like super pissed me off. And then that's what kind of started me for like, I'm like, you're making fun of this dude for crying for the thing that he loves so much that he dedicated his life, to doing Star Wars content. You know what I mean? Like that's how much he loves this stuff. And yeah, so. And then he got to see his hero, come back and be a badass, and he cried. Like I'm not gonna. Me and my girlfriend were like on our edge of our seat. She was crying. I was getting teary eyed because it was awesome. It was epic. And if anybody says it wasn't epic, then I don't know if you're a Star Wars fan, because that shit was amazing. But yeah, so there's no crying in baseball. Yeah, or Star Wars. So it sucks. Like you said, Brian, like seeing these people come in and start to bicker amongst each other, and then try to cancel somebody over something that I don't think, I haven't seen it, and then people are like, well, his fans, you can't control somebody else.
Yep.
He's always said, and he's made it a point to say it at this point, because he has to, he
That's
says,
5.
yeah, don't go after them with hate. Don't go after them with these things. Go after Lucasfilm and tell them this is why it sucks, because you're messing up lore. It sucks because you're doing this to this character. Like actual, like, things you can argue about as a fan, not like, hey, I don't want this black chick in my Star Wars. That's not an argument. That's something else, and you need to go talk to somebody, like about that shit, because you got problems. So, and he has to say that every single time. Every time I watch him and he gives his opinion, he always has to say, don't go spreading hate, and he does it all the time. So, it's really, really frustrating for me.
I say frustrating and sad, but this is what we're getting of Star Wars everywhere you turn. It's very toxic. The fan base is toxic. Everyone's saying these things, why are all these black people in it? Where are these women in it? Why are they the ones controlling everything? What's going on? What? It's
like
world.
how fragile are you?
If something's a world, why can't you just explore different type of things? But if you're going to explore it, then do it with good content. I've always said it. If you're going, don't just do something, do it well. If you're going to give this stuff, what you're doing, you're giving haters a reason to hate, because you're not putting your all into it. You're just trying to check a box. You're trying to check a box. It's always going to come backfiring.
Yeah, because you're more worried about the boxes than the content, than the quality.
Exactly.
And I remember hearing it where I was like starting to question my thoughts and opinions was with The Last Jedi. I hate that movie with a passion. It sucks beyond suck. And people are on the internet saying, if you hate that movie, you hate women. And I'm
how?
like,
and,
how?
And really what it is I want a movie with current logical content. Like, you're going to go one way and stick with the story, and instead of going 15 different ways and not having a good story at the end.
Yeah. But even like, if you want to talk about like sexism and like, I hate that movie, or I hate women, so therefore I hate that movie, which is a stupid idea. The more I think about it, is like, well, does Rian Johnson hate women because he made a strong female character, Rey, right? Like be this
dependent.
Woman's like, I can change him, I can fix him. No, I can fix him. No, I can fix him. Like, what? And then he's chasing her. She's chasing him the whole time. And then you get Rose, who does the same exact thing with Finn. As you destroy the Finn character, which is another problem as a minority, a black man, you just destroy his character, adding on another woman who just chases him.
And it's funny because you're doing it because of people hating on the fact that you're going to make him into a Jedi. Like, oh, we can't have it. Or him being with Daisy. Oh, we can't have that on screen. Things like that was literally talked about. Or even the idea that him having a romantic relationship with Poe. Any of that stuff was so toxic for everybody. Everyone was like so upset about it. So
yeah, and it's clear that Abrams had like a plan in mind for Finn. Unfortunately, Rian Johnson just kind of unceremoniously did away with it when he did The Last Jedi.
Yeah. So I mean, but it's just like, people come out here and say these things, but I can make an argument the other way around. You know, it's what are we doing? You know, but then that deters from the main thing we should be talking about, which is Star Wars. Because now we're not talking about Star Wars. We're talking about, you know, women in main roles. We're talking about minorities in main roles. Like, you know, that should be a conversation. But what conversation do you want to have right now? You know what I mean? And then that becomes a whole different thing. You know, and I think people tend to mix that together where your criticism becomes hatred. You know, and I don't think that's fair to do. You know, because sometimes, you know, your hatred is your criticism, and you should call them out on that bullshit. 100%. You know, I personally don't think Star Wars does it. Do I agree with everything he says? No. You know, do I like all the people he brings on? No. You know, but you know, it's his channel. You know, I just don't watch that shit. You know, he brings on like, hey, look who's there. I don't want to watch that because I don't like that guy. I won't watch it. You know what I mean? So, you know, but I was interested in his opinion after each episode of The Acolyte. You know, so
that makes sense.
Yeah, you know, same way I was interested in Anzo and Danny and, you know, Chills and other people who like, you know, fanatics, like people who watch Star Wars and love Star Wars. I wanted their inputs and opinions
and stuff.
Yeah, you know. So, and I didn't want an opinion on it. Oh, this was good because she's so strong. That's not good enough.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything for the movie. So yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. It was something that was like, you know, I saw Chill made a couple videos about it. Go check out his videos. I'll put a link up here somewhere. You know, go check out him talking about it. And it's just something that bothers me. And I wonder, is part of the problem us as YouTubers, not us, you know, with our, you know, 1,600 subscribers, but like people with hundreds of thousands and millions. You know, it's like
there's the way to get high subscribers to be opinionated, to say outlandish things and being shocked. A shocked person is the one who really gets, you know, this huge thing, this huge swelling, and people like when you're on one side or the other.
Yeah. Well, you start to you know, the phrase, you know, tribalism, you know, like this is where I stand and who stands with me, you know what I mean? And it's both sides. And then you start to get those sides to bicker and that's when it starts becoming toxic, because now you're not talking about the actual content. You're talking about things inside the content. You know, you're talking about personal problems, really.
You're talking about yourself.
Yeah. You know, so you know, then that's kind of sucky, you know. As influencers get bigger, you know, they have their opinions, and then people like latch onto those opinions. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like we said earlier, John Campia. I enjoy watching his stuff. You know, I don't agree with a lot of stuff he says, but he's entertaining. You know, I enjoy you know what he says and some of the insight he has. Other things, you know, like his Beetlejuice review, I thought it was complete trash, you know, but you know, he has the right to do that, you know, but you know, he didn't say Beetlejuice sucked because, you know, Jenna Ortega was in it. Like, how dare they put a woman in it? You know, he gave reasons why he didn't like it, and I don't agree with him, which is okay, you know, subjective. So, you know, but just
100%. That's how it goes.
Stop following people blindly. Stop thinking blindly. And it's becoming a bigger issue.
Yeah, it's just tiresome.
It is.
It's really exhausting, even just reading it.
Yeah. I should be able to love something and criticize something.
Yeah.
Well,
hey, look at me with Black Panther.
Yeah.
I could love it, criticize the decision they made, but it doesn't take my love from the character away. You know, but I can still criticize what they do. It doesn't mean that I hate the character, or I hate people, or I hate female-led things. No, I love that. Matter of fact, give me Storm. You know, but it has to be good content, and it needs to make sense. And you should be able to voice that opinion. I think that's okay, especially if it comes from a good place.
Yeah. And you know what? I think that's a big point. If it comes from a good place, and I think people ignore that, they just see you don't like that. Oh, you hate this.
You must be.
Yeah. Like, oh, you want recast? Oh, you must hate black men. It was like, No, like that's the
No.
opposite of what I'm saying, but that's what they are told by other people who are against the thing you are for, and it's
Because it's more attacking instead of listening.
yes.
I'm going to attack your opinion rather than listen to your opinion and understand where it comes from.
And at the end of the day, you might be on different sides of that opinion still, but at least you understand it's not from a place of hate. I think that's the big thing. So, but yeah. So I don't know. That's our 2 cents on it. This is our home, on YouTube, and seeing the fandom really, really, really get more and more toxic, because it's not just the one side being toxic. It seems like both sides are being toxic now, so it sucks. It does suck. Yeah. We should just get together with like all these like people that are in the middle and like, can we just talk Star Wars? Like, can we just talk Star Wars? And anytime like people like bring like, no, we ain't talking about this. We're talking about this character, not the person, not the color, not their hair, not any of that stuff. We're talking about the character. So yeah,
Like it.
So, yeah. But cool. But check out Planet Fanatics. Go check out Anzo. They talk about these things. Danny, Road to Wisdom, Chillmonger. These people talk about the actual content on why they don't like things. And it has nothing to do with the color of their skin or their sex. But cool. Yeah, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. I mean, this is something important and real. You're taking your fiction and fiction and making it real life, which sucks. So
no one wins.
Yeah, no one wins. No one has fun. But cool. Yeah, appreciate all you guys. If you're watching on the replay, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, let us know. If you're watching live, stick around because we are going to finish up things for the night. Let me find out. Cool. I don't know if hopefully we go not too ranty. Mama said bad Star Wars become lucrative for both Disney and certain YouTubers. The YouTubers rant about how woke it's providing free advertising for Disney. Yeah,
I mean, it's not wrong.
Yeah, but that's how it is. It's both sides agitate the other side, and as you do that, you bring more people to that side. You know what I mean? As you call more people racist and blah 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 blah, they're gonna go and watch those people to see if they are or not. You know what I mean? Or as you call somebody, oh, they're a shill. That's all they do. That's all they care about is just Disney, and they get the free shit from Disney. They're gonna go on those channels and see if that's true. So, I mean, you're kind of pushing each other, but in a very horrible way. So, it's like hate. It sucks that hate has become profitable when people drink the toxic Kool-Aid. Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's profitable to be hateful.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Can't stand it personally.
No, it doesn't do anything, and for the most part, like, I think when there's something we just don't like, we'll just not talk about it or stop watching it and stop talking about it, but it also is like Star Wars. We love Star Wars, so we're gonna watch it, but we're not going to be positive if it sucks,
It's the quality of the show, and we understand when you read stuff, or you watch stuff, and you're a fan, you want it to make sense for that the entity. So that just makes sense, right? I mean, that's what anyone will want. The thing that you love to be good.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's becoming this clickbaity world we live in. That sucks. And one last thing before we finish for the night. Fandomator 101 says, I can't wait to see Transformers 1 and Wild Robot this month. I'm planning to see TF Transformers 1 an early screening on Saturday, hearing very good things. I kind of, it looks good. It doesn't look great. I'm not excited to see it.
I heard bad things, and all of a sudden people are coming back and saying, no, it's a lot better. It's a lot better than I thought.
Yeah. I like the style. It looks cool. I like that animation style. Like, very kid friendly.
Yeah. So. Kind of reminds me of Transformers Prime, actually. Yeah. The animation style.
Yeah.
See, Transformers, I feel like is a thing to show that's based for kids, right? That's the whole point of the movies. It was to sell toys.
Yep.
So like that's why I respect that.
Yeah. I hope it's good. You know, I wouldn't. I Transformers probably should be animated. I'm kind of over the live action stuff. You know. And then Wild Robot looks awesome. Ever since I saw the first trailer, it looks amazing. It just looks
my
gorgeous.
kids are up
they?
a wall. They love. They want to see it so bad.
Yeah, it looks really really good. It looks really good, and I think it's gonna be good. So yeah, but definitely gonna watch those. Mama Bear said that's why I don't push Snyder on you. While I recognize that I enjoy his films, I understand you guys don't enjoy them. Yeah. But I like Snyder. That's the problem.
Yeah,
I want him to do good shit because I like his most of his style. Most of his style. I could use less.
Yeah,
but I do like his style.
Visually, he's awesome. Yeah, he could stand to use a lot less slow mo. I don't know. He doesn't. He doesn't. When it comes to execution, he's not great.
I think he does do a good job with a lot of stuff. I think he's better with his own content, and you know, but that, and I think that's where he should stay. But I actually like him probably more than
you. 300 is an amazing movie. You know, like it looks gorgeous. You know, the slow mo was done perfectly in 300. The second 300 was okay. It's not as great, but it was okay. I mean, you guys saw Eva Green's boobies, so can't complain.
Yeah.
One of my favorite zombie movies is a Zack Snyder film that was written by James Gunn.
James Gunn.
You know, Dawn of the Dead is one of my favorite zombie movies. You know?
Yeah, the Dawn of the Dead remake was awesome. Yeah, Snyder had a pretty solid start because he did Dawn of the Dead, then 300, then Watchmen, all of which I thought were pretty good.
Yeah, Watchmen was awesome. You know, it different from the comic book, but I was okay with it. You know, I want to see Snyder do Gears of War. I think he would absolutely destroy, in a good way, a Gears of War movie. You know, and I'm
actually that'd probably up his alley.
100% up his alley. You know, slow mo a chainsaw into
all type of explosions and
all that, all that. You know, I think he could do a really good job with that. I'm one of the very few people who actually like Sucker Punch. I really like the movie. The story isn't the greatest, but visually is just amazing.
Yeah, I wasn't terribly hot on Sucker Punch.
Yeah, I mean, besides like all the women like being like really attractive, like just like the soundtrack was weirdly fitting, you know, and all the it was a weird soundtrack, but it fit the movie. You know, all the graphics were gorgeous. I really enjoyed Sucker Punch. Like, I think I don't think I have it down here, but I have it on Blu-ray. You know, so. And which sucks because he's like, oh, that's the one movie I'll redo. I'm like, no, what? That's the one movie.
It's the one he doesn't like. Yeah,
no,
you're wrong. It was bad.
Yeah. Brandon said I was not a fan of Sucker Punch. Said I'm going to give it another shot. If you didn't like it the first time, I doubt you're gonna like it the second time.
I would say it's not. It is.
It doesn't get better with. If you don't like it, you won't like it. Yeah.
You probably have a good reason why. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I mean, was it Bjork? I think did some of the soundtrack, and I mean that alone puts off a lot of people. I think it was Bjork, right? Yeah. So, but I like Zack Snyder. I really do, man. It just some of the stuff he's done lately is what the hell, man. Yeah.
I think he's really creative. And I like his creativity. So.
Yeah, it is Bjork. Yeah, Bjork does the Army of Me, the main like title song. Oh yeah, Oscar Isaac is in that too. Shit.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Sure was in Sucker Punch.
Yeah. So. But.
All right, it's 12:11.
Yeah.
Time to wrap it up.
Yeah. I need to go to bed soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna be up for a couple hours.
Mhm.
Anyway, that was my last week off.
Yeah, you get
Last
to
week
enjoy.
Go back to work on Monday.
I'll let you go ahead and cut this show up because I have no idea.
Yeah, pumpkin time.
I'm sorry, I was hungry and eaten since this afternoon.
Yeah.
We'll just have to make sure you have something quieter. Or
Yeah,
no, it's okay because when you have you're gonna have your computer, you're gonna have all the stuff set up, and you have your own microphone. You'll be able to
yep,
mute your microphone when you're doing it.
It's a little buddy.
yep.
Yeah. Was that think I might be up for another couple hours also. Yeah. That's that toddler time.
Dude, I got real kids now, big kids,
Yeah.
8 and 10. I'm winning. Yo,
Yeah.
I go to sleep, and you know if they bother me, and I tell them, get out of my face, go to bed.
Yeah. I'm lucky. My 2-year-old, he sleeps through the night. So I'm like, yes, I taught him well. He likes to sleep.
I got something special for him. I need to get it to him.
Yeah. Well, Mama Bear said it didn't sound too bad on her end. So that's good.
She said, besides the crunching.
Besides crunching. Well, she mutes us out anyway, right? She
only hears Brad, man.
selective listening. Oh, no. Messing with you, Mama Bear. Appreciate you. We love you.
She knows she's our favorite. At least mine.
Yeah. All right. Let's get out of here. Appreciate all you guys. What, Thursday? What starts?
You guys got to catch Bel Air because Bel Air is so freaking good.
I'm all caught up.
The ending was, I can't wait to talk about it. That is so epic. It's such a good ending. Man.
Yeah, I might let you guys, I might back out and then let you guys talk about that on Thursday because I want to watch it and I don't want to get spoiled.
No, it is good too. I mean, the stuff that's going on, man.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, this is, I like season 2 more than I like season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, this is season 3 now, right?
3. Yeah. So I feel like it's grown on me.
Getting better?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. That was good. I know Agatha All Along starts pretty soon. I think next week.
Next Monday, I want to say.
It's 16th or 18th?
It's a Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
I think it's the 18th.
So the next Tuesday it'll be. Oh no,
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah,
because I'm thinking today is Monday. It's not Tuesday.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll start talking about that. See how that goes. So I hope it's good. But you never know. But cool. All right, let's get out of here. Oh, my new I thought I told you. So it's Isaac.
It's Isaac.
Yeah. I think because I know you had messaged me privately. Yeah. And Isaac. Mini tank. No, that's my oldest. Because that boy just bulldozes through everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he had a second one.
My God, man.
It's so funny.
We were kind of afraid. I'm like, man, when we go to the doctor, is like DCFS going to get called? Because from his knees to his ankles is just bruised and cuts and like just different levels of bruises and different like stages of bruising. So his like knee to his ankle is just all discolored and scratched up and cut up. And I was like, because he just runs through everything. So
Raymond said middle name Hayes. Isaac
Hayes. Yeah. It's Oscar. Isaac Oscar. Yeah.
Isaac Oscar. I love that.
Like Oscar Isaac. I see what it is. I see what it is.
Well, yeah. And my dog's name is Poe. Like, none of it has to do with Oscar Isaac.
That's a great dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I have Lucas Levi and Oscar Isaac. Oh, not Oscar. Isaac Oscar.
That's
Got me saying it now. Oh man. But yeah. Name my cat that too. All right. But cool. Yeah. Appreciate all you guys. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Have a good week. Have a fun time. Go get some sleep, brand man. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Later.
See you guys Thursday. All right.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.